phone to make money in Nigeria. No, this is the same way gambling has taken over the youths in a country in Nigeria, where you have a lot of youths sleeping in the gambling centers trying to make that payday because there are no opportunities out there in the country. So people are gambling away their income, people are tapping away their time because there are no jobs. And even the jobs that you get are underpaid. So the economy, this used to be the largest economy in Africa, has been reduced to the youth. The youths make up 60% of Nigerians. It's a very, very young economy, very, very young population. We've created unicorns, which means we've created companies from scratch that are now worth $1 billion. They are not yet listed. We've created Nollywood from nothing, created an industry that is now the second in terms of volume, largest output in terms of movies globally. It's Bollywood, then it's Nollywood before you get to Hollywood. We've done that, Nigerians. We've created fintech from nothing. Most of the guys that do fintech in Nigeria, only about 35% went to the university. I'm quoting an IMF Google study. Only about 35% that you see doing the fintech, that are into developer roles and all that, went to an actual university. So the bulk of them were self-taught. This same country has so failed the youth that are coming up that people are tapping the phones. Everyone is tapping. So I want to hear from the guys out there. What the I don't want to use profile. What is actually going on? Why is this? Why do we think? Why has no one stopped this? First of all, you can tell from my tone that I'm not a big fan of this, right? I think if you don't put a stop to it now, right, it's gonna be like gambling, because now there was the first one. I don't know the name of them. I don't give them I don't want to advertise for them. Now I hear there are more, because when I ask the question, people send me lots of links. There are more of them, so more people are tapping. I think it's wrong. I think you should stop it. But I'm open to hear. I'm open to learn. I think this is a special space. Like, it's a net reducer of economic activity. If you have young people that should be working or farming, tapping their phones, and I'm open to learn. Gaborine, what's your take? Have you seen people? Are you a tapper? Let's start from there. Are you a tapper?
Yes, I'm a tapper.
Please explain this to me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. What's going on, man? You're tapping your phone?
Now listen, Kalu. The first, I think there's a coin that paid. They say the coin, they later listed it and not coin. So I missed that one. So my friend, I'm not in Nigeria anyway. My friends in Nigeria was like, you missed out. I was like, what's going on? I didn't really know much about it. Because most like I take this with a pinch of salt. So they told me about it. I said, so they told me that others were tapping. I said, okay, let me see them. So they sent me the link. So I started doing it. But I'm in the UK. Sometimes I have shifts 12 hours. Believe me, I can't keep up.
Wait. So explain this to me. So because I downloaded the app, just to get background, if I downloaded the app and I tapped like 1,000. So what does it work? You tap the phone, then.
Actually, when you tap, like you're farming the coin.
You're farming the coin.
You're farming it. So when after some time, if you want to list it, probably there's a percentage of the things of the farm of the coins you farmed that will be given to you, which can exchange for FX.
Okay. I mean, your audio is not that clear, Gaboni. I didn't want to speak, but your audio is not that clear. Fix that. Let me jump straight to safety. Gaboni, fix that audio real quick, because I think you are the guy I want to speak to tell me your experience. Safety. Jump right in here, safety. Safety, are you tapping? Gabon, I want you to fix your audio. Your audio is breaking up. Safety, are you a tapper?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how you doing? Yeah.
Yeah, is the audible clear? I don't know if
You are very clear. Yeah, you're very clear.
Okay, I will say I am a tapper.
You're a tapper.
First of all, I'm a crypto guy.
You're okay.
Airdrop, yeah. So when you come to Twitter, there's what we call a city, crypto Twitter.
Uh-huh.
So if you enter that place, you'll find out that what most of us do is airdrop. But the airdrop is mainly testing blockchains for new DEXs and layer 1 or layer 2 that want to come out. I don't know if you understand what I mean. So this tapping is just, it just came out new actually. It started with Ton, Not. And Not is backed by Ton. And Ton, I think it is owned by Telegram. So when I find out that they are backed by Ton blockchain and Telegram, that is when I knew it was going to be big, because I know there is money.
Okay, explain to us. Explain to us that we don't know anything about crypto. We don't know anything about what is actually going on. Explain to us. Just break it down in non-tech terms.
Okay. This tapping thing to me is what we call it, or how we see it, is onboarding. How will you onboard newbies to learn about crypto, and probably get into the nitty-gritty of it. So this one is just let me just say the novice that are the ones that are doing the tapping. Many of them don't actually know anything about crypto. Like me, my siblings, if they do not make money, they made over $1 million. Like 5 people around me.
$1 million naira?
Doing that because
$1 million naira?
As in cumulatively, like 5 to 6 of them.
Wait, hold up.
They made over $1 million naira.
Hold up. They tapped the phone and they made him over what time period?
I think over less than 3 months.
What?
Less than 3 months, but 2 months plus. So the issue is, let me tell you the truth. One thing about it is very, very popular now. But I want to tell you the next one will make it less popular, because Notcoin was big. That is why others now started using Telegram bots for other tapping this thing. But I want to tell you, but the next one that will launch, once it fails, it will make this tapping thing to be less lucrative, because a lot of people onboarded this tapping thing because of Notcoin.
Okay.
That is just the simple thing. So how the crypto world works.
So if we understand,
so it's just the way.
Yeah. So if I understand what you're saying, so these first guys came out, they were very, very big. You could tap your phone and they paid out. So it became very popular.
Yes.
Now everybody, it's so big that the New York Times wrote an article on Nigeria, and they specifically mentioned that many Nigerians are trying to tap their way out of poverty. This is the New York Times. They did not say people are trying to create jobs or people are trying to start a business. Tapping. So adults are tapping, kids are tapping, businessmen are tapping, police guys are tapping. The whole economy is tapping. Because, do you think it's healthy? On a personal and economic, what do you think? Do you think it's healthy?
I won't be in a position to answer that, but I will say for me, it is healthy for me, because it's not just the tapping. Tapping is just, to me, in my airdrop space, tapping is just a bonus to it. You understand? But me, I'm a guy that I left my job. My job was paying around 35,000 when I was working. I quit the job. I entered into crypto farming, airdrop fully. And I know how much I've made.
So when you mean airdrop farming, you basically get these free coins and then you sell them. That's essentially what you're doing.
You will not say it free, because most times we work for it. That's what we call them retroactive and $0 airdrops. The $0 airdrops, you test the blockchain for the company for free using their fake token. And after testing, when they want to launch into their mainnet, they reward those. They have tested out their blockchain for them. Then some you use money to do it. That is retroactive.
So you are
farming.
Gotcha. You are making about 40,000 in Nigeria on a normal job. Now you are quote unquote doing this farming thing, airdrop thing. How much do you make a month?
It's not monthly, because most blockchain might be on testnet mode for a year, 2 years, 3 years. So it depends on when they now launch. But I will tell you that this year alone, I've made more than $5,000 from over 10. Yes, that's the truth. Like I said, I am into crypto airdrop, so I understand. With those that are into it, know what they are doing.
Interesting. So I'm getting educated. Like, this whole thing is an education for me. And I'm coming with a bias. So if at the end of the space my bias changes, maybe, but I'm coming with a bias and I'm getting educated. But but for me, I see that? So when you say your friends got $1 million, this is the last question, if I can let others speak. When you say your friends got $1 million, you said they got it over 3 months. how many is it taps, or what's the number that they had to get this million? Is it 1 million taps, 1 million naira, 10 million? What was the
It's not by how many taps, but most time you probably when you are tapping with the one, maybe your one tap might give you one coin, or maybe one might turn to
oh
two, depending on your multiplier. You
interesting?
understand? So there's a place you tap to get some certain amount. You now buy a bot. The bot now does the tapping for you. The one is just to
Interesting.
come and receive. That is just
Interesting.
it.
So there's in-app purchases, more or less. Okay, gotcha.
The in-app purchase is not with real money. It's still from what you tapped. That is where you will use to buy it. It's not as
Gotcha.
if you are using your real money to buy it.
Safety, hang in there. Let me get Chisom. Chisom, hop in here real quick, man. Chisom, are you a tapper? Your bio looks like a tap. Are you tapping?
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Kalu. Good evening, Olumide. Good evening, Safety. Good evening, everyone. Yes, let's just say I'm a partial tapper. I've not done mainly the tapping that the previous, like the one that was everywhere. Like you said, I don't want to do free advert also. They're not paying me, so the one that was everywhere. So that the ones that are also everywhere now. I'm just getting links, like all my contacts are not sending me links, but I'm not actually taking any of them seriously.
So is this when I made the characterization that everybody in Nigeria is tapping? Is that I know it's an hyperbole, but is that real? Is everyone really tapping their phones in Nigeria?
Actually, if you ask me, most guys that have smartphones are actually tapping. Because
Wow.
I'm a university student with in Bayero University, Kano. So I'm currently on industrial training, that's SciWest. So I do my SciWest in the hospital, and I go there Mondays to Friday, let's say from 9 a.m. to 4.
Yeah.
Even healthcare professionals that normally don't earn minimum wage
What?
are tapping.
Like
Yes.
you mean like doctors?
Doctors, pharmacists, nurses, other healthcare professionals. I'm not sure. Yes, all those attendants in the hospitals and all those guys, cleaning guys, revenue guys in the hospital, and most of them are tapping. It's not, sometimes if I go to get consumables from the revenue guys at work, most of them are tapping while collecting payments from patients. It's crazy.
So they hold the phone in one hand and they are tapping and they are talking to you normally. Is that what's going on? Like a dog?
You know how
What the
how
heck
banking halls are now.
Yeah.
You have the counter.
Yeah.
So their phone is on the counter. They are tapping and they are getting payments. You issue them the card. Let's say you're paying via ATM card. You issue them your debit card. Let's say they receive it by their left hand. The right hand is on their phones. I mean,
And this is the point I'm making, man. This can't be healthy. This cannot be healthy. We can't build up youths to think that you can make money from tapping a phone. And I get people have been paid. I get it. And again, I'm biased, but I get people have been paid. But no, Chisom, hang in there. Gaboni is back. Gaboni, hi.
All right.
Yeah, you fixed that audio, right? Thanks. So you are giving me, yeah.
Yeah, your bias is legit, is valid, man, because like you guys just said now, doctors, nurses, it boils down to the fact that our economy is in shambles. I mean, the UK, I don't see any British guy tapping. I don't see any white guy. If not, I don't see people tapping here. You get? Me, like I said, told you, I can't keep up because I do sometimes, I work 12 hours, I work 8 hours. So when I come, I need to rest. So most times I don't keep up. It's even my wife that is on maternity leave that sometimes, okay, she's the one doing most of the tapping, because if Nigerians have jobs, if the economy is okay, people got something doing, they won't be tapping. It is sad. But at last, everybody have to survive. People have to survive the way they can. Now, the last one of the coin gives people some money. So everybody's just hoping that this next one will still do the same thing. There's no guarantee that it's going to do what the last one did. No guarantee. We're just working on hopes, baseless hopes. It is sad, like you said. It is, the youthful generation of Nigeria is wasting away, in my own opinion. It's wasting away.
And that's my only issue in this, right? Because when I start to work, there's someone. I gotta get rid of someone here. Hold up, I gotta get rid of someone here. Who is it? There's someone messing up the space. I don't know who is doing the echo, but there's someone messing up the space, so I can get rid of him. So I mean, the point is that if you make kids believe that if they tap a phone, they can make millions, and every kid is going to go tap his phone to make money. Same thing with gambling. If there's a gambling epidemic in Nigeria that no one is talking about, gambling epidemic, and gambling is addictive. So it's not just the gambling, it's addictive. You simply can't say, I'm going to stop gambling. And they've made it so easy. You go on your phone, you bet, you gamble, people are sleeping on the halls, and no one is looking at this. Even in this country, even in America, there are certain guardrails around gambling. But I think in Nigeria, it's open season, and the youths are getting hooked. When you have folks that are gambling, you are creating a risk down the line. If a banker is gambling and loses money, where do you think they're going to get the money to pay you back the gambling debt? We've got to put guardrails around this.
Carlo, when I was in secondary school in Warri, there are companies like Schlumberger, Ajib. These are companies that I look forward to work into. Those are companies that spawn me to read that. But today, it is gamblers that have made it. Yahoo boys that is what our youth are looking up to. That's what is spurring them not to go to school, to do other things. It's the pandemic, actually.
All right, cool. Let me get more guys in here. I've got, let me see. Olumide, how you doing? Olumide additional.
Yeah.
Olumide, I mean, Olumide, it looks like it's not a finance topic. It looks a very, very innocuous topic. People are tapping their phones. But the point again I'm making is this. If I'm an investor and I'm reading on the New York Times that the country is so quote unquote dead, that the youth believe that, and this is what they wrote, that the youth believe, let me get the actual quote, that the youth believe that tapping their phone is their pathway to economy, to get money to eat. What does that tell about the economy, Olumide?
Just like you treated and just like previous speakers said, intentionally I've tried to avoid the historically. It's under the crypto industry, but why I avoided it is that the underlying asset itself, the business model itself, you know that we're in a serious problem. Let me just give you a precedence to what's happening right now. Yesterday, Sabinus launched Cybercoin. Days ago, SEC was condemned Davido's Mimi's coin. The endless poverty machine keeps to be producing products that are harmful. Now, if you understand the concept, ever since Bitcoin came to play, Bitcoin was created in a way that miners, when they fall tax, they are rewarded with the Bitcoin token. And that was just to show this task were done mathematically and definitely increased as the network expanded. So many underlying technology built on Bitcoin's fundamental. Now, the issue with that is simple. Now, it's people, it's a play-to-earn business model and built on the Ton blockchain. It's a follow-up of Telegram's app. Apart from taking productivity, it has ruined a lot of people. People are just saying, you see, in the space of taking risk in this aspect of the industry, only very few make it through. And those that even tapping things done, and at the end of the day, if you look at the hours lost, if you look at the time taking.
Yeah, the return, Olumide, you're right. The return on investment, you're right.
You made $5,000, for example. I can tell you that it's less than 0.5% of those. Because just like you really said, it's a waste of time. A lot of people in this part of the world, they've not even heard about it. And when I talk to crypto developers about it, it just say that it's definitely just a way to take the minds of young Nigerians. And it's so unfortunate, Carlo, because I'm happy you brought the space on, because what it is doing is not even just the unemployment or the effect it has on the Nigerian populace. It has darkened the crypto industry. Because remember, the federal government is fighting the crypto industry because they believe the P2P is a problem. Now, these things have brought in dark actors. Like I mentioned, you could see people that don't even understand what basic finance, bringing out unregulated securities. And, Nigerians have to struggle, have to solve.
So, Olumide, you make an interesting point, Olumide. You are basically saying that the government has kicked away crypto. and we've replaced crypto with this tapping, which is not it's not essentially crypto, but it's even more harmful because money is not leaving the country, but really it's more harmful to the productivity of the workforce in Nigeria.
Exactly, and it's not just it's the effect it even has on the crypto industry itself because right now it has darkened the hopes of many because this is, as far as I'm concerned, it's just a waste of time and pretty much that's why I did not even give any credibility to write any story about it. And also, just like you said, if you look at it, it's even getting worse, Carl, because if you know the amount of Nigerians that are into this, if you look at Google Trend, for example, Nigeria tops the world in tap swap. Now, if you look at end to play NFTs, these are just intangible of the blockchain. It's also telling you that there's something wrong somewhere. And you know, unemployment, food inflation at 44%. Can't really blame this, but it's just a very sad story.
And again, only day we know it's easy for us to talk. I know people are going to listen to it and say it's easy for you guys to talk. You guys are earning money. If I'm a young Nigerian, I'm age 26, I have no job, I've applied, I've left university, I have done everything that the government asked me to do. I've gone to school, I'm not robbing, I have no job. Someone says tap your phone and possibly just tap your phone, oh, don't invest money, or just tap your phone and you have a chance to make money. Why should I not tap my phone? That's what people are going to say. And honestly, that question is a valid question, which is why I'm throwing it back to the government. If you do not create opportunities, you are going to create a citizenry of tappers. You can't blame people really for tapping. And it's because the concept is not direct. People can't relate tapping to the economy, what it does to the economy. You know, when I used to go, when I grew up Olumide, I would hear Brazil lost money because they hosted the World Cup. I used to wonder, how does the country lose money? Or during the World Cup, Argentina's economy will reduce. I used to wonder, how does World Cup reduce the economy? Because people are watching TV. People are watching TV. So the more you watch TV, the less you are working. So productivity goes down. It's the exact same thing we're seeing now. Productivity is collapsing. You heard a guy just say now that your phone is on the counter and it's giving you money. How can a guy concentrate if he's tapping? I downloaded the app. And I tried to tap it. You have to literally tap the damn thing. Then it tells you, oh, if you don't want to tap again, buy this, whatever. You buy it to tap. So it's I don't know, man. I know one is talking about it, and I'm surprised you bring up that the comedian guy that launched a coin. I saw that online. I thought it was satire, that he was satirizing maybe Bitcoin. Are you saying that is a real coin?
It's a meme coin. It wasn't. You know, you see, the problem we have is that, you see, Carlo, and that is why I'm happy that you launched this space. You see, the problem with the crypto industry is that those in the front face are those that have questionable characteristics. It's a real unsecreted asset. But you see, the reason why people are addicted to meme coins is that, Carlo, meme coins they rely on strong community. So, for example, if it's like Beyonce or Davido or something endorse a crypto project, because of their strong followership, it's likely. And that was a follow-up of what Dogecoin was, because Dogecoin was the father of meme coin. Remember?
Yeah.
But the problem here is that we have three problems here. First of all, any product created for the Nigerian public, is security and has to go through Security Commission first. Secondly, a lot of Nigerians have had horrible experiences with this project. A lot of them. If you come on Twitter, if you check feedbacks, it's a very sad story, Carlo. Then thirdly, people that can really come up on these things, they keep quiet. Then when these things happen, now come up. Why are you being hypocritical? Because the question here is that Sabinus, for heaven's sake, is not a poor guy. Davido, for heaven's sake, is not a poor guy. And the guys they are selling this thing to, they're not selling it to Kabi. They're not selling it to they're not selling it to Dangote. They're selling it to the person that is looking, that has 10,000 in his account, that wants to make it 1 million. They're selling it to people that have 100,000. At the end of the day, you're now saying that it's not investment advice. What are you doing? These are questions we need to ask ourselves, Carlo.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because in America, Kim Kardashian was sued, found guilty, and had to pay money back because she recommended a crypto app. And just recommended. She didn't. She just recommended it. So you have to be careful what you basically go out there to. Let me get Zam Z-A-M. Did I get that right? Zam. Zam, hi, how you doing? You looks like you're a crypto guy. Zam, you've got the floor. Go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Hey, Zam.
Good evening, sir.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Good evening, all.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so I saw your tweet earlier as regards this tapping game. Yeah, it does not require deposit, so it's something that happens not all the time. You've heard of NFTs in crypto space. You've heard of social fi. So this year just happened to be this tapping game, and Telegram is the one who launched it. And now you might be wondering why tapping. Telegram wants to onboard users on their own blockchain, and they came up with a new strategy. You've seen some people typing $blog, $this, $that, hashtag this. They aim for it, thousands of dollars. So Telegram just came up with something that can be profitable to both their app and to their crypto network, which is the Tone blockchain. And they came up with the Notecoin, which is a tapping game, and I earned over $500 from it. Those are referred up to $400.
Okay. Hold up. How does this work? So when you refer people, what does that mean? How do you refer people?
You don't need referrals. But referrals boost your score. But you don't need referrals to aim.
So how did you end the 500? What did you do?
Yeah, what I did when the game was when I entered late, I entered March beginning. It has been on since January 1st. So I got the info from one of the crypto influencers. So I discovered it was from Telegram official page. Then I knew, okay, this was legit. So after tapping the game, I accumulated a lot of points. Then I bought bots. Bots help you tap while you are away or when your phone is down. So I don't need to tap. Then also I had to go research. I can't be tapping my phone all the time. So I found out of this auto clicker where in less than a minute or 30 seconds I'm done tapping and I'm out. So that's how I accumulated such points. Also together with my guys I onboarded over it, and the total money I made was about $500.
Over what period?
In less than 1 month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you still tapping? Is it still paying you now, or is it over? Are you still tapping?
Yeah. Notecoin is over, but now they have tasks where people pay for ads. Just like, for example, the way Twitter works now.
Wow, this is
assuming
serious.
Maybe Twitter started with a tapping bot. Now the tapping bot is over. They are now paying you for your content. So once you complete those tasks, Notecoin give you some percent of your coins based on your stake values. So those guys who have over 28,000 as and then they are the one really earning this big now. But those who withdrew, like me, you just earn a little for your grade. But it's over. The rest now is just Bloom, Tap Swap, which is popular now. We see markets where everybody drivers are tapping.
Let me quote New York Times. A spate of new crypto mining games that promise to generate income for more the user plays has people across Nigeria spending all day tapping on their smartphone screens, desperate to earn a few dollars. People tap as they pray in mosques and churches. Children tap under desks at school. Mourners tap at funerals. There is no guarantee any of them will ever benefit from the hours they put in mindless tapping. But look at the kicker here. Then again, they can't count on the national currency, the naira. So what New York Times is saying is that this thing is not really driven by the tapping per se. You earned $500. Last year, $500 would have been, let me look, 500 multiplied, let's even say 500 naira, would have been 250,000 naira last year. So if you end up 500,000, it would have been 250,000 last year. Now, if you end up 500 today, using 1,400, that's 700,000. So between last year and this year, simply tapping your phone would give you a premium of 500,000. I don't blame you, but because I'm more of I'm looking at the macro side of it, right? I can argue with you and say, hey, if you got a job, would your job pay you more than 500,000? Yes. I could argue that if you did something, if you wrote a book or if you did yes. But I don't blame you. There's no capital and you made $500. More power to you. It's not your fault. I mean,
Yeah.
But do you think that overall, that anything I'm saying, like the point about this harming the economy, do you think there's a point there? Do you think it's healthy? This is just your personal opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, my personal opinion about this crypto thing is that we understand Nigerians. So immediately the Nigerians say that the first one pays also amount, everybody enters. Not until you come close to me, you won't even know I'm tapping. Because you can't see me tapping. I'm a copper, a serving copper in Bayelsa. And you won't see me tapping. Except I'm indoor. I already know the time frame. I know when I'm to tap and when I'm to tap. And I will still earn more. But I see some people tapping 247 on their phones. I don't blame them. They are newbies. And also, one or two of these crypto projects will fail. And everybody will go back to their normal routine. It's normal in crypto space. It's normal in crypto space.
So, I mean, in essence, all the big boys have bots that tap for them. Is the poor people that are actually tapping their phones.
People that have no knowledge about crypto.
This is crazy. I mean, I am getting educated. Let me you guys hang in there. Everyone's going to speak. Paish, I got Paish Dan. You guys are you Nigerian people, man. Paish. So I want to. Who knows? Is this thing happening in Ghana? Who can answer that question?
Yes.
It's happening in Ghana.
It's happening everywhere. It's happening everywhere.
It's not happening in America.
It's not happening everywhere. It's happening predominantly in Nigeria. If you look at Google Trend, there is scanty in African countries.
I know it's not happening in America. That I can tell you. If anybody knows, yeah.
I can tell you, nobody even knows about it. Nobody knows about it.
Wow. I mean, you can't blame Nigerians. Paish, you've got the floor. Go ahead. Paish Dan.
Hi guys. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Well, this is just few days ago, I was actually thinking about the effect this is going to be having on us progressively, and I am also tapping.
Yeah.
I'm also tapping in the sense that way before now, I've been into crypto, had a little fall, so I left it for a long period. So recently, a friend of mine kept sending me links about stuff that was happening. He kept questioning why I had to leave the crypto world and what have you. So I just said, I lost a lot, so I had to leave it. And I said, well, there's a lot of airdrops, and there's a particular friend of ours who made really good money from Banta, I think, yeah, Banta. So I said, Banta, let me talk to him. So I spoke to him. He said the first phase of Banta they did, he made money, and he made like 150K.
I don't want you to mention the app's name, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, okay, fine. So he said he made such money. So I was like, really? He said, yeah, doing nothing, just tapping. He said, yeah, please send it to me. So he sent it to me, and I joined. The truth is, every single person you see on the road, market women, viral pushers, every single person is tapping, including myself, because we all want to benefit from what is happening.
The dollars.
Yes, we all want to benefit. We know the economy is bad, and everybody is looking for what they can get out of whatever it is. I made a video some days ago, and though I didn't post it on X, I posted it on Facebook, and I actually said, the truth is, the way the country is, whatever comes, you just follow the trend, as long as you're not killing somebody, as long as you're not doing a bad thing. But the truth is, progressively, it's just like using this to, I was telling some little boys around my environment, when I sent the link to some of them, and they did register, but they weren't doing it. So I was like, why are you guys not doing it? But they said, no, they didn't want to do it. I was like, why? Said they prefer just doing their Yahoo. So I just laughed. I said, well, this one, you're not harming anybody.
Unbelievable.
You get? Yeah, I said,
so
well,
Yahoo pays more than tapping.
Well, not really. Like, it's not like, okay, it's not like they are into it, But I just generalized because they are young people, they are always on their phone at night. So I just told them, why not do this instead of this one you guys did? This is legal. Nobody is going to penalize you for doing this. You just stop. If you're lucky at the end of the day, you get something out of it.
So essentially,
I feel this is actually better than I feel this is actually better than whatever you guys are doing. So why not go into it? So they said, okay, no problem, but they don't go into it. But the truth is, I get your point and the effect this is going to have on the young Nigerians, the young people. Because these days, we just look for something, do I say easy? Something easy buy to get money out of it. Because the truth is, nobody is getting a job. We've tried, we are done with school, we're just there trying to make ends meet. And most times we do this thing just to survive the next day, to see what do I need to do. I use my data to be on the internet from morning till night doing nothing. So if I can actually tap and get something out of it, why not do it?
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Let me ask you. Do you mind me asking you? Just don't give me your exact age, but what's your age range? Where do you live? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay. Well, I'm in my late 20s.
Okay. What part of region do you live?
What part of?
The region. Like, are you living in northwest, southwest? Where do you live?
Yeah, I'm currently living in the North Central.
North Central. So,
right now.
Do you have a job, like a 9-to-5 job?
I don't have a 9-to-5 job, but I work as a social media account manager, and I also teach. I'm a teacher, right?
Gotcha.
Yes. So, but the truth is, this doesn't. It's just, when everybody is doing something and it's paying. A lot of people said it's paying them. They did and they paid them. So why wouldn't I be doing when I know I can get something out of it? But it's not just about me now, because I know why I am doing this. And but for the people that are much more younger than me who are doing it, not knowing the effect it will have on them, because people don't even want to get a job anymore. I've met some really young people and I tried to see if I could get them a sales girl job, sales boys job, and they are not interested. They keep telling you, I don't want to work for anybody. And you don't have a job. So how do you survive? Do you get? So we are just looking for an easy way out. I get your point, but the truth is, we just have to keep tapping whatever comes, as long as it is legal, you're not committing a crime, and people do it and they make money out of it. Why not do it too? That's just what I feel.
Good point. Again, like I said, Olumide and I are saying the same thing. It's easy for us to talk because we have a job. We seem to have ways to get money.
Of course.
For a 25-year-old that has no job and is getting paid, it's a very, very difficult argument to say, don't tap your phone, there's productivity loss, which is why I'm going to the government here. And I'm not CEO, we're not doing politics here, but you can't allow the young people in your economy get hooked by gambling and by tapping.
Can I say something?
Last comment.
Can I say something?
Yeah, last comment.
Now, we talk about productivity lost, but the truth is there's nothing actually keeping these people busy. There's nothing to keep them productive. So what do they do at the end of the day? These days you find people, secondary school dropouts being breadwinners. Oh my goodness. A whole lot of things. There's nothing to do. In as much as I feel this is going to affect us in the future, because the youths might feel there's a way they can just sit around and something comes and they get easy money out of it. That's the problem I have. Because not everybody can actually... Yeah?
So in the same country Olumide, I hear what she's saying. In the same country where want to buy a private jet for the president, want to build 21 billion mansion for the VP, the youths are sitting around doing nothing, which is why they are tapping. We can't attack any youth. We can't.
What are we doing? There's nothing nobody is doing. We are all just walking around looking for how to eat the next meal. Wow. Of course, when you see people doing something as little as tapping their phones, when you have this airtime, you have data, you go online, you just surf out and look at other people's life. Why not then put that time into making something out of it for yourself if it is possible.
But you know what? In the past week, Kalu, if you understand, the government's optics has been horrible. We understand that. But I sent you a data. I put on the space below. I tried to show the countries that only do this. It's just 2 countries in the last 30 days that actively that Google could capture: India and Nigeria. Nigeria is not really the poorest country. We have a cultural problem, you see, and the government amplifies it because we are in a system where it has gone beyond poverty. It's now psychology, materialism, and why would a government, for example, I did a comparison between Norway and Nigeria. You could see that a country that has 1.6 trillion in sovereign fund, 5 digits in GDP per capita. The prime minister doesn't use a presidential fleet. He takes business or first class. In exceptional cases is when he uses private jet. So we have exposed the youth to material and quick. So there's this urge for quick money. And that's why Ponzi will always strive, despite the reward. Because
they are saying this is just India and Nigeria, more or less.
Just India, you could see it. That's why I said that. See, when people say it's just poverty, I disagree. It's not just poverty. We have a system that rewards inefficiency. We have a system that has made people too materialistic conscious. Because if you look at the world, for example, Nigeria is not, at least we know we are struggling, but we are not even at the lowest ladder. So why is it that Nigeria is always in this characteristic? So, psychology will tell you that behavioral patterns also matters a lot. And that's why I said that we have a problem in this space. Because if someone is saying that because, there's no job, that's why you're committing crime, yes, he has an excuse, but in the eyes of the law, that's not an excuse. And, we need to really be very factual on the aspect of the damage it's doing on our economy. You spoke on the fact that, because we have jobs and everything. But there's the internet. Why are we relying on consumption internet? The government is doing little on that. Starlink, all this availability of remote infrastructure has not helped rural development. Look at basic education. How many states are spending beyond 10% on basic education? 18 million kids out of school. These are questions we need to answer. And it's very sad because, you see, the damage is causing right now, Kali. We are going to get to a point, trust me, we're going to get to a point where you see so many hackers going into banks just for all these crypto mining things and things like that. Because, see, it's already coming into that space. We are seeing people getting more desperate. They want to make money.
Oh, wow. Well, let's get Claudija in here. Claudija, you've listened to us. What's your take?
Okay. Good evening, Carlo.
Yeah. Hi.
So I wanted us to see it from a different perspective. Yeah. Number one, it is not the first time that this kind of trendy thing will happen within Nigeria. During around 2021 in the NFT time, when NFT was really popping, there was one NFT that was like stepping. So they will give you coins just for you to be walking around.
Really?
Yes. It got many people walking all around, and people were earning points and the rest like that. Sometimes, some people were able to. The people that really got in, that enjoyed it, were the people who got in first. That was one. Then, if you notice, about a year ago, where people were doing tip ratio, that they were commenting tip all under people's.
They'll come to I will see something. I will see there was one part. Yeah,
tip coin.
Somebody will say, dip me, oh, my dip to you. I wanted to block them, but I was like, what the heck?
So the funny thing is, you would have seen it as a nuisance back then. But many people who actually did that thing sometimes got like thousands of dollars from that thing.
On my handle. They got money from my handle. God.
Many people got lots of money. That was the first set of people that did it, got lots of money.
Let me see them again on my handle.
Now, the thing is, as the first set of people got money from it, it now became so wild that it became too wild, and the other people who just newly entered didn't get a lot of money. So the same thing with this tip coin. We did the same thing with this current the same thing with this current tap swap. So a project launched and people tapped, and it launched and it did so well that many, as in many people. I reside in the UK, but I have many people on my WhatsApp, Nigerians, young Nigerian students, who got like $30, who got like $40, who got like $120, from this, not from the tap project that launched, and that money is big money, it's good money. So in a way, it's
okay. Let me just say where I am right now. So I started the space with total disregard, right? Now I am on the. I understand there is the economic benefit to the tapper. I've been sold on that. I've come to the guys that are tapping.
Hello.
No, hold. You're gonna wait your turn, sir. The guys that are tapping are making money. I get it. So yes, where I'm not yet sold is how it is good for the economy. I know it's good for the individual, but for the economy is where I'm still not sold.
Yeah, okay. To be honest, I'm not sure it's... So the way I see it, is I see it like people who do surveys in the UK, in Europe. Yeah? So someone like me, when I newly came into UK, I was doing lots of surveys. And from this survey, I would get $8, £8 Tesco, £8 in Tesco card like that, voucher like that. From that survey, I'll get like £2. From that survey, I'll get like that. So in a way, those kind of surveys, those kind of Tesco cards, those kind of Tesco coupons, they helped me take care of the little aspects of things. Are you getting? While I was able to continue with my job.
I get you.
So in a way, I see that as well for many of the people who did the tapping thing.
I'm looking at this.
I don't know if you get the idea.
Yeah, but coupons are in America too. Coupons are everywhere in the world. But the New York Times is writing that everybody is quoting mindlessly tapping. I gotta get you up. There's someone's mic that is on. Someone is mindlessly tapping to make money. So okay, let me you go real quick. Thank you so much. Your comments are appreciated. Ogbonna, guys, we'll go around. Don't worry, everybody will speak. Ogbonna, you've got the floor. Khadija, go ahead. Ogbonna, please go ahead. Ogbonna, let's get Emma Agbo Sales and Beyond. Emmanuel NFTs. Emmanuel? You sound like a tapper. You've got NFT on your handle. Are you a tapper?
Yeah, I'm a tapper. I'm a tapper.
So how much have you made and when did you start?
Okay, I started January this year. So I've made close to $200. So I've been to crypto for like this should be my first brew run. This is my first brew run. So the 2021 brew run, I was in my final exams. So I was in school writing my final exam. So I don't know anything about crypto then, but I know a lot of young guys in my set that are multi-millionaires.
Come on.
Doing those tasks. Tasks we are talking about in 2021.
Multi-millionaires?
Wait, now let me explain. I will explain. Now, 2021 boom. What was raining then was NFTs. Now, what are NFTs? NFTs are what? Creating your what? Using your own reading skills. Your what? Drawing your artwork, selling it to foreigners. Not foreigners, people that are interested in your art. Photographies, images, turning them to artificial works. Selling, there's a platform they usually use, OpenSea. When OpenSea became rampant in Nigeria, that's when you now start seeing people posting egusi soup on OpenSea. You start seeing people posting pure water on OpenSea. But those people that first got into the space made millions of naira. Adisa Olashile, you can check him out on Twitter. Adisa Olashile snapped an old man while he was in his final exam, doing his POP, NYC. He snapped an old man and he made multi-millions. He's currently in UK pursuing his master's program. We have people that are...
No, I get that. I get the money part. I'm more concerned with
the economic balance. The young guys are running away from criminal acts due to what? Due to these games that are playing on their phone.
Interesting.
Do you that? See, we don't need to look at beyond. We don't need to look at massive economic balance. What is it coping presently? Are we having high criminal rates in the country presently?
Yes, we are. It hasn't reduced the criminal rate.
What are the ratio?
I mean, I see your point. I see where you're going to with it. So you are saying that instead of stealing, they are tapping.
Yes. Now, what is the point? Telegram now has become what? One of the powerful tools that is onboarding the users into the what? Into the circles. Now, we're saying Nigeria and India are the ones only doing them. Who has the highest population in Africa? Who has the highest population in that other parts? Who are the guys doing it over there?
According to Olumide, look at it's only Nigeria and India that are doing this tapping thing. That's major players. Yeah, I mean major downloaders as of Nigeria and India. The rest are small players. No, in the whole world. I shared the tweet.
In Africa, the most crypto enthusiast country is what?
Nigeria.
So who will do it most? Is he Namibia? How many people in Namibia?
Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia. They are all Kenya. They are all IT people there. They are all poor, but they don't do it. Why aren't Kenyans doing it? Why aren't Ethiopians doing it?
Mr. Kalu, wait. They are all poor, but their youth are doing something.
No.
There's job.
There's unemployment. There's unemployment in Ethiopia, in Kenya. Why aren't they doing this tapping thing over there? Given Togo, Ghana is in recession. Not just recession, they can't even pay their bills. Why aren't they tapping?
Give me job.
No, but Ghana people also don't have job. Why are they not tapping?
Now, Mr. Kalu, I will answer your question. But before I answer your question, I want to tell you one importance of this trend. One of the importance of this trend is that what? A new set of young millionaires will come out. 1, 2, it will onboard new people to a certain phase. You guys are not going.
This is my fear. What you're saying.
So this is crypto.
Hold on, sir. I'll let you speak. So what you are saying is actually my fear. My fear is that these new millionaires that have now been onboarded will believe that the way you make money is to tap a phone or to do NFT or something like that. There is no economy. Even the America, even the Japan, even the Taiwan that you quote, there is no economy where you'd sit down, do one simple task, and become millionaires. It's false promise. You've got to get your hands dirty or go to a school or something like that. If it was easy, then everybody in China, are we more entrepreneurial than those guys in China? They would have been tapping in China now. And India creates, is it 100 or 1 millionaire a day? I don't know if it's 1 millionaire a day or 100 in a day. India, 1 a day. In China, it's like 1,000 a day. They're not tapping, and they're also young people. So this is my fear. I completely get what you're saying, that when you tap, there's no job, so you have to tap to get yourself together. I have agreed. I've agreed with that point. But my point is that we can't allow the narrative to stick that this is something that you want to do. Someone said he was doing stamps and he was paying his bills. I get it. You know, people, I get all that, but this cannot be allowed to stand, that the youths believe. Because I'm talking about the youths now. Older people know that they can tap as a side gig. But if an 18-year-old sees his brothers making millions from tapping his phone, then why would he write Jamb? He'll just. But Emma, we're gonna let others speak, right? I completely get you.
Let me just drop this note.
Mr. Carlo, I'd like to provide a rebuttal to Emma.
Yeah, but let Emma. He wants to drop a quick. Emma, drop your quick note there.
That's that I'm saying. Every day on this Nigeria Twitter space, we usually have airdrop onboarding session for mostly the.
Don't quote any brand.
okay, I'm not good. And I just said airdrop on board. That is
Okay.
where we train
Go ahead.
young guys that are just coming into the space about the crypto world. So this phase now will soon end.
Okay.
Last bull run was NFTs. When people would create their art, they use their Indian talent, their skills to make money.
Okay.
This phase will end.
All right.
I can promise you that.
Amen. All right, thanks, Emma. Yeah, the rebuttal guy wants to report to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, we need to get something straight here, right? I mean, this is a good space for us to get some clarification and set the table. Emma, like, there's no way we can justify this. And I see the motivation and the drive, and you kept saying millionaires. It seems like that's what you're driven by, right? Money. And that's our problem, right? This generation is so obsessed with making money without showing any value whatsoever. Now, he's spoken for like 5-10 minutes, but he didn't give me one use case for this tapping machine or technology. No use case, no one use case. He has not provided any value this is going to add to him as a person or to his community or to us as a nation.
He says
we're all driven by money. Everybody wants to make this fast money. And it's absolutely a waste of time, right? He alluded to it, right? That he started doing this since January. What are we now? This is June. 6 months. And he's only made $200. He's only made $200 in 6 months.
Kakaki.
My God. See, let's be clear. There is no such thing as free money.
Kakaki.
No such thing.
Kakaki.
It's either you're wasting yourself, wasting your time, or you're just in this black hole you're continuously dripping into. There's no such thing as free money.
Sir.
What we can do for ourselves here is for us to all get good education. Go back to school, get a skill. This is the time for you not to waste your time pursuing your own shadow, but get real education. Do something good with your life. Be able to stand among your peers in your community and say, this is what I do for a living. This is the life I live. And this is the part I want the younger ones to follow.
Okay, Kaki.
This is all BS, all right?
Kaki,
we come online, we keep saying,
I don't want to mute you, sir. I want you to allow.
In my neighborhood, he made all the millions. That is all BS, all right? And we should not be encouraging that whatsoever. We should not be encouraging that. Absolute BS.
All right, sir. Let me just ask a question. On the same New York Times article that we're quoting this tapping, they said Nigerians cannot afford to drink milk. Because of this is this disease. Let me get the name of the disease that is now. It's not a disease, it's a condition that has now started to show up in Nigeria again because we are not drinking milk. Let me get the name. Oh my God. Hypocalcemia is caused by malnutrition. So New York Times is saying that in Nigeria there is malnutrition. This is across the board. So
Mr. Kalu, you and I, right?
Hold up. Kaki.
Everyone else on the call
Kaki, hold up. The point I'm trying to make is that to tell a youth, he just made 280,000 from just tapping his phone. Where else would he have gotten this 280K from? You said go to school. He's gone to school. He doesn't have a job. He knows his bullshit, but where else would he get 280K from? In Nigeria, minimum wage is 30,000 naira. Where else? And you are right. He's right. But the point I'm making is that it's bullshit. But it's his bullshit. It's his bullshit that's paying him 20K to even feed. So how do we answer?
How long is it gonna sustain that then?
He's got 280K. He didn't have it.
Is that sustainable?
No.
Is that something he can actually build a future on?
No. But he's got it. Who else would give it to him?
Look, Mr. Kalu, you just mentioned real problems, right? You just talked about nutrition and people not having, not being able to afford milk of like $1. I mean, that's a real problem there, right? If this call, which this is an amazing space, by the way, and if he came up and said, that's a real problem, why don't you just come together and brainstorm about how we can address that real problem of nutrition. I think that's a better way, of just coming together and brainstorming and say, okay, let's find a solution to that. And people can bring ideas and we can actually build something there where Emmanuel can be a critical stakeholder and maybe own a better share that would, that it can actually build something real good on. I mean, I'm not trying to come at anybody here like Emmanuel would. No, that's not my point. I'm saying, if this is not sustainable, there's no use case to it. Come tomorrow, we might wake up tomorrow and this is all gone and it's all collapsed. So what do you want him to do then? So I'm just saying to everyone, I don't think it's sustainable. It's never been sustainable. I tried crypto myself, and I know how much I lost in it. So I would not encourage anyone to see it as a sustainable part whatsoever.
And that's why we're having this space. Again, remember, guys, I'm the moderator, so I have to take both sides. So, the point I'm making when I'm running this space is that I don't think it's sustainable. I don't think the government should allow the youth simply just tap away their lives. But we have to ask questions. If you take away the tapping, what do you replace it with? 280K. I don't want to talk, if you convert that to dollars, $200. Okay, I know I do $200, but that's a lifeline. 280K divided by the minimum. Well, let me do it. Divided by 30,000. That's 9 months. 9 months minimum wage. We can't poo-hoo that. So I think that the youths are being pushed to this because there are no opportunities. Olumide has made the point that poverty can't be an excuse, and he's giving us data. It's only in India, majorly, and Nigeria. It's not in Taiwan. It's not in Europe. It's not in Ghana. It's not in Kenya. So everybody is right. And the point I really want to make with this space is that we have to control this. You can't allow the youths simply believe or have the hope that if they tap on their phones, that's an entrepreneurial path to success. Can't happen.
280K, by the way, for 6 months is only 46,000 per month. So
minimum wage is 9 months of that. I didn't make the minimum wage, bro. Divided by 30,000, you get 9 months minimum wage. I know nobody earns minimum wage, but that's what the numbers say. So it's a material amount of money. People that come to my DMs to ask money don't ask for 280K. It's material. And if a youth can simply go online without capital and make 280K, the government must be worried. You can't clamp down on Binance and allow this to go on. Also, you can't clamp down on this without providing an outlet. Look at what's happening in Nigeria. Every time the government clamps down on something, what happens? A new escape valve opens up. You clamp down on crypto, they go to P2P. You clamp down on P2P, they go to NFT. You clamp down on NFT, they go to... So the issue is not the issue is that you're not creating opportunities. Why would an American tap his phone when he can go on Robinhood and trade or go and get a job in McDonald's? McDonald's pays 20. See, McDonald's today is paying $21 an hour. They will pay your tuition, you get healthcare, you get 401k. This is to flip burger. $21 an hour. You choose your time. I know this because my kid wants to go. How old is he? He wants to go get a job at McDonald's. He's in school. So he can go to school and go to McDonald's and work. He's not. Why would he tap his phone? If I tell him tap your phone and he'll say, but I can work 2 hours in McDonald's and make nearly $40. And that's the problem. You can't tell people in Nigeria, don't tap your phone, don't gamble, when that's the only way they can get 280K. There is no, even e-money, Naira money, all those things federal government gives, it's not going to give him 280K in 2 months. The money, the Naira money, what's that in a share? What's that in a share? Trader money won't give him 280K. So we've got to call everybody out. The local government, the state government, and the federal. We've got to call everybody out. You can't tell the youths, you can't do this and give them no option. Will they eat bread or will they eat bricks? You've got to give them a choice. Chuka, Kaki, appreciate the comments. Emma, appreciate the comments. Very, very helpful. Chuka, go for it.
I think I'm going to push back a little bit with this whole tap to earn craze. I'm like kind of reading about it. I have a few things I want to say. I think the first thing. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yes, you're good.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I think it's okay if people. I don't think it's. Sorry, there's like noise in the back. I don't think it's necessarily negative for youth in Nigeria to make money that is unsustainable. I know that may sound illogical, but I don't find it as such a negative thing because this is disposable income that will be injected into the economy. They're gonna have to eat, they're gonna have to buy clothes, they're gonna have to buy fuel for their generator, for their car, they're gonna have to pay their school fees. So all this, albeit unreliable source of income gets put back into the economy. So I don't think it's bad. And I think people need to remember when they were also young. Like, why do we think people are stupid? Obviously, people know that this thing is not sustainable. But at the same time, it's here now, right? And if people are making money doing it, then what's the big deal? Not every youth, even with this opportunity being here, is going to be a scammer or a tapper. There's youths that want to go into real estate. There's youths that want to do other things. Like to say we're all going to do this thing, I think it's a little hyperbolic, and it's not illegal. So I don't really see the big deal in it, to be honest.
Yeah, look at the big deal. Let me try to. Can you mute? I think you're yeah. Okay, Chuka.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So what's going on is this, right? If this was like a summer job, you go sell lemonade and you make $280, nobody will run a space and say the youths are doing lemonade and making money. Nobody run a space on that. The point is that in Nigeria, right, there are no opportunities. So the youths have grabbed onto this as a way to make money, rightfully so. The problem is what it creates down the line. If you equate productivity with tapping a phone, then no one is going to take a job going forward. That is more dangerous to your economy than anything else you want to say about. I mean, the older guys understand that this is just a phase, not the younger people. When I used to grow up, they would ask and teach kids in primary school, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do they say? I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an engineer. Once I watched them ask kids, what do you want to be when you grow up? No, they were saying, I want to be the military governor. That was the new military rule. I want to be the military governor. I want to be the military wife of the military governor. I want to be the chief secretary of the military governor, because that was to them, those was what they equated as success. If you were a military man, you became a governor. That was success. If you ask a kid today, what do you want to be when you grow up? He's going to say something around the lines of fintech or IT, because that's what he equates as success today. In my time, success was a banker. You were a banker, that was success. Now it's fintech. If you equate success, New York Times also profiled a Nigerian guy that has made millions. He's in Kano. This guy has made millions from tapping his phone, millions of dollars. They said when this guy walks around Kano, people follow him. They just follow him. And the guy says he now gives them data to also, free data. He gives them free data to also tap on the phone. So to the kids in that locality, that guy has made it. How did he make it from tapping his phone? Where would those kids have been? Either farming or in school. But they've left farming and school to follow this guy around. This guy around is not telling them, okay, I made $1 million. What will he do? He has to help them. That's the danger, that down the line, you see farms. The guy's name is Rabiu Biyora. Yeah, Rabiu Biyora. He made undisputed king of tapping in Kano. He has 2.7 billion taps. 2.7 billion taps. He said he's 39 years old. He made over $10,000. Oh, he made just 10,000 and is a hero to many in this town. Just 10,000. Not Dangote. This guy. So you see the fear.
I understand the fear. I want to push back a little bit. And maybe this might be just a philosophical difference that me and you have. I just think humans are diverse. I don't think that everybody will do something. I'm not an absolutist. So just because there's this craze that's kind of coming up I'm not going to make the assumption that down the line this craze will continue, and as a result, a large percentage of our youth are going to go into it. That's just how I look at humans.
I'm giving you real life examples, bro.
So this is the problem with this example, this assumption that you're making, right? You're assuming that there aren't going to be any restaurants. You're assuming that there aren't going to be any clubs. There aren't going to be any.
Why does do you know that in the UK? Do you know in the UK? In the UK today, lots of kids want to go play EPL. Now they're going to play soccer. They're like now in Nigeria today. When I was growing up, if you were playing soccer instead of going to school, your father would flog you with a belt. If you went to school and you were caught playing soccer instead of going to a maths class, your dad will come to school and flog you. Today, if you are going to do maths, instead of going to learn how to trap the ball and take free kick, your father will flog you. Why has it changed? The economy. I'm using a hyperbole, sir. I'm using a hyperbole. Don't read my words literally. The point I'm making is that the economy drives decision making. Today, to be a footballer is not just a profession, it's a highly paid profession. So it has changed the mentality about sports, about music. What was music? That is Shoki used to come and play in the bar where I grew up, and we would tip him tenner. That is Shoki. Burna Boy, my friend's wife does textiles in Abuja. Burna Boy came to sing when she opened her shop. Burna Boy. Today, I doubt Benetton can even pay Burna Boy. This is the point I'm making. Now everybody wants to be a musician, a footballer. Why? Because it pays. That's the success story. The youths look up to success stories. You can't argue this.
I will end on this. I will end on this though, right? I see where you're coming from. The only thing I will say is change is constant. That's the only thing that we could.
We don't want to change into an economy where the youths are tapping their phones when the Ghanaians are not.
But what I'm saying is they are tapping now. Change is constant.
Why are they tapping now? Why are they tapping now? Why are Japanese youths not tapping? Why are Singaporean youths not tapping? Why are South African youths not tapping? That's the point we're making, sir. Now, time is a continuum, but why is it Nigerian youths that are tapping now?
I have a question for him. Why is it not selling? Why would this product have sold in America? Let's even forget the fact that the Security and Exchange Commission, I can tell you for free, those guys will go to either jail or Telegram will be shot for good.
Why didn't they go good? Why didn't they sell it in America? Telegram is why didn't they sell it in America? Why not?
Exactly. What the guy does not understand, the implication it has on the financial ecosystem itself. Because see, the American government itself protects Americans far more than a lot of people realize. If you look at forex trading for itself, forex trading is legal in America, but you dare not open 100 to 1 leverage to an American citizen. You are going to jail. That platform is closing down. Check the rules. You see, the problem about people is that because we have laxity in our system, a lot of things just going unabated. Why do you think countries protect their citizens? Why do you think Americans protect their citizens from online gambling? After all, they have Las Vegas for everyone's sake. Why do they protect their kids against online gambling? There are a lot of things we need to be saying right than making all these flimsy excuses. The space is that it's damaging our youth. And the argument is that yes, our youth have an ample of excuses, but the longer ramification is it damages the economy. And that's the point.
But that's the assumption that will continue in the long run.
Yeah, but the point is
this
that
whole thing is based on it will be continuing on. This is, to me, I think this is just a phase. It's something viral.
But why is the phase happening? Is the point? You are correct. But why is the phase happening?
We don't live in an advanced economy.
Yeah, but why is it? But is Ghana advanced? Is South Africa advanced? Is Kenya advanced? Is Malawi advanced? Why is it not happening there?
We have larger populations of people.
Oh my good Jesus!
Entrepreneurial from a cultural standpoint, so stuff like that will catch fire in Nigeria.
China has a larger population than you, but in China they stopped their kids from.
They're not tapping.
We've shared the map, sir. Go on the trend. We've shared the map from Google on which countries are tapping. It's India and Nigeria. We've shared the map. We're not making an opinion. We're giving you factual basis that the large volume tappers, India and Nigeria, it's on the TL. Look on my TL. Olumide shared it. I retweeted it. All right, let's move on. Benga, you've got the floor. Benga, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm here. I was just going to second what I think it was Kaka that was mentioning something like there is no use case for this whole thing, and I support everything he has said. I live and work in Finland, and I've never, since I've been around in Europe for close to 10 years, never seen anybody tapping and I only found out on social media that Nigerians and the Chinese, the Indians are doing this. And that's because most of us are probably looking for shortcuts to success or something. Now, let me also counter what you said sometime ago. You said 280K Nigerian that nobody can make that amount of cash in 6 months. I beg to disagree.
I didn't say that, so I didn't say that.
No, you said no amount of cash. Job would offer you that amount of
I am saying there is none that offers today. Not job. I said the federal government cash payout doesn't pay this. That's what I'm saying. Not a job. I'm saying when the government is giving money to quote unquote poor people, they don't give them 280K. That's what I'm saying. Not job. Job will pay you. I'm actually saying your job will give you more. You shouldn't tap. And I'm saying that even if you don't have money and the government payouts don't pay this. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, but I think the youth's energy would have been better channeled to something much more productive instead of tapping.
Yeah.
Seriously.
I know jobs won't create themselves.
Because I've seen a lot of guys online, just even people riding keke napping.
Tapping. Oh my God.
And since when I've been outside, I've never seen anybody put so much strength on shortcuts to success. When I was in Nigeria around early 2000s, there have always been this pyramid scheme. Always, almost every 2 or 3 years. There's always that scheme that comes up, and everybody's like, okay, now the way be this, this is the next, But seriously, there are so many other lucrative things that the youth now can channel their energy with their phone and would fetch them, something more.
Like what? Tell them, because they are listening. They are asking you. On the DM, they are saying, "Oh yeah, Carlo, give us work now."
Okay, let me give you the something that readily comes to my mind. I always say this to everybody that I meet. See, just go and learn WordPress. And start designing website for people at a giveaway price. Seriously. And WordPress is not hard coding, drag and drop. Any idiot can literally learn WordPress. Believe me. And you would make good cash from it in a month. I know people right now that are doing that, and they are just chilling. Believe me, WordPress is not hard coding. It's just drag and drop. And you design something really cool, lovely, and
so in essence, they can tap, get some money, and they use the money and learn WordPress. Let's be realistic. They can tap, get the money, and use money and do WordPress. Would you?
Seriously, I don't like this tap stuff. I swear.
So okay, but if they don't tap, where would they get the money to learn the word? It's not free. Is it free to learn this word?
Yeah, I get. Yeah, actually, that's correct. But WordPress is low. But if you have a laptop, or a tab, if you have a laptop, you are good to go. Just subscribe internet and. 4 or 5 days, it depends on your energy, or 2 weeks, you should start designing a good website that somebody can offer to pay you cash for.
Because I think the point, I like your point, because I think we've bashed enough. I wish we can give more opportunity and say, okay, don't tap, do this. That's really what I like to do, because I think the point is, I cannot blame in good conscience any Nigerian for tapping. I can't. I can call it out, but you can't blame anybody. You know, people saying this, I don't like it. That's why I'm doing this space. But if you don't have money to buy milk and you can buy milk by tapping, then what's the argument there? It's crazy, guys. It's crazy out there. Engineer Josh, how are you, sir? Thanks for holding so long. You know, Engineer Josh, you've got the floor. Benga, I appreciate you, sir. Engineer Josh.
Yeah, it's okay. I get. Thanks, man.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Engineer is not ready. Let's get James Daniel. James Daniel, you got the floor, sir. James Daniel, go ahead. James.
Okay. Mr. Kalu.
How you doing?
Good evening.
Where are you calling from, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from Lagos.
Lagos. All right. Welcome to the party. What's up?
So, fine, boss. Well, I saw your initial post when you said you wanted to look into tap swap and all this tapping, whatever. Well, I'll have to be on the tapper side. You know, a lot of people making submissions here. I just joined anyway. But I think so far what I've listened, or the people that I've listened to, are people that are not resident in Nigeria. And you will not understand the economic situation. You would feel, that people are saying things are hard. It's more like a verbal proclamation. It's not physical. You don't feel it. We here in Nigeria know that once it is somehow legitimate to do whatever you need to do to get money, even if it is tapping, make your screen break, make you go buy another one, continue to the tap. Yes, people are saying, if not tapping, what else? A lot of people don't have that luxury of learning WordPress or learning how to design flyer or learning how to code. Some people don't even, if you mention Python, they don't understand. If you mention all these things, most people, the basic knowledge they have is just their phone, how to do WhatsApp, how to do Facebook, a lot of people are not on Twitter. I mean, a larger population of Nigeria using internet. So, but these people came up with another medium where people can make passive income. I have a friend that made about $3,000 tapping his phone on Notcoin. $3,000. This is somebody that used to drink Gary. Now he uses that money and puts it into the economy of Nigeria. And somebody will say tapping is wrong. You see tapping, you are wasting your time, this and this. The guy has left poverty. By the grace of God, $3,000 is about almost, give or take, over 3 million naira. And if he makes good investment decisions, maybe when that money comes, he can use it to go and learn coding, WordPress, web design. As for me, I don't have issues with people tapping. Even if you tap on your phone and your screen break, continue to tap.
I think we get it. But I think the only point I'm making, that James, is this, right? James, that's not economic activity, really. And if you allow that if everybody's tapping, who will farm? So tomato will go up in price. What's the retirement plan for tapping? It's going to go off after a while. It's not going to last forever. I think that's the fear people are making, that yes, tapping it's a phase, it's something, but you can't build an economy around tapping, James. You know that, right?
No, but boss, at the same time, this has a resultant effect on the economy of Nigeria. Positively, if I might say rather, because those monies gotten are spent in Nigeria. They're not spent abroad. Those monies gotten are being spent in Nigeria. I did some economics though.
I concede that point. And you see, when you say that, you get me. I concede. But you see the point. I concede that the money comes in, it goes to these guys that would not have consumed, then they spend to consume. The only problem is that the cost of this consumption is not seen. You see the spending, but the cost is the unseen loss of productivity. You don't see it, and it's not immediate. So it's like if there's corruption, if I take money from the budget to build a road, and I take that money and I take $1 million to build a road, I take 900,000 to my bank account, and I take $100,000 and I donate to, I give everybody $100. So everybody spends $100. That's immediate. You see that immediate $100. But you don't have a road. The road is in Dubai. I'm in Dubai with your 900,000. It's the same with this tapping. When you ask the youths not to get a job, right? Or the youths cannot get a job and they are tapping, there is a lull in productivity. Those youths could have been doing something else. In economics, the cost of something is the cost of what you're not doing, opportunity cost. So
yes,
instead of doing something, so I agree with you. I'm not debating. I'm just giving you my point of view. I think you get me when you say, what would they have done? I agree. Yes, what would they have done? But the cost is, the cost will show up in the economy 5 years from today when you see a big gap in productivity in 2024. That was tapping.
Are you done, boss?
Yes, I am. Please go ahead.
Okay, I have a quick question. Is it which of them is more important to you? Is it people having economic breakthrough and freedom, or because we are not having a cost? How do I put it? The foregone alternative of which you started spending money without a visible form of, an economic form of getting the money in. Is that which of them is more important to you, sir?
The economy is more important to me because that affects more people. If there's productivity in Nigeria, more people get wealthy. If one or two, I'm calling the guy in Kano, look at the guy in Kano. This guy in Kano that made money from Rabiu Biyora. He made nearly 10.
Yes, I know him. $10,000.
He made, now, but there are tons of people following him around in Kano. I'm not blaming the guy, please. I'm just saying he made 10,000. The people following him around have not made $1. So they are following him around. He's not the government. But what if the government had given all those people following him around, like this guy said, an IT center where they can go and learn how to do WordPress? The guy said, go and learn WordPress. What if the Kano State government says, okay, we're going to create a place, 10 computers, you learn WordPress for free. So these youths now learn WordPress for free in Kano. Which is better? Of course, it's the WordPress center. That's the point I'm making.
Okay, beautiful, sir. Yeah. I get you.
All right.
I get you, boss.
All right.
I get you. But see, I have another submission. My friend had made $3,000. $3,000 has opened a bakery where he employed 3 people.
Beautiful. Like I said, I'm being realistic here. I said make the money from tapping and go and do something else. I'm being realistic.
Which means this is the structure of the space.
Make
the money and use it.
You see, I'm being very careful. I don't want to condemn people that can't afford milk. People that can't afford milk, it will be elitist of me to tell people that can't afford milk not to tap. If tap people may then buy milk. I don't want to be elitist. But the point is that because I know a bit of economics, I know a loss of productivity will show itself. You see, what you are suffering today in 2024 happened 8 years ago. Do you understand the point I'm making? What you are suffering today happened 8 years ago. What Goodluck Ebele Jonathan enjoyed in high happened when Obasanjo was a president. Economics comes in waves. When you sow nonsense, you sow closed borders, you sow all that thing, it shows up itself in high food costs in Nigeria. When you allow liberalization, free flow of capital, it shows itself in higher foreign exchange. So that's the problem.
Higher foreign exchange.
If you take youths, Nigeria is 200 million population. The youths are about 60% of that population. Out of those youths, how many are your active working years? You can say from 15 to about, say, 45 or 50. If you take those people and you say there are no jobs, go and tap your phone, you are killing productivity. It's like I buy a Rolls Royce and I park it in my house. It's not being productive. What happened to the Rolls Royce? It will die in my garage. But that same Rolls Royce, if I bought trailer and I was carrying goods back and forth, I'm making money. The trailer is getting wound up. I'm making money. People are getting employed. People are feeding. That's how the economy works. You just can't sit in one spot. The economy is many wheels turning. This tapping thing is like many wheels have stopped rolling to tap. And eventually the engine will knock. They will say, why the engine knock? Because all the wheels were not running. That's what Nigeria is where it is today. Local government's wheels is not running. Some states are running. Some states are not running. Federal is not. They want to buy a private jet. If you go to America, It does not matter who is the president. They will fix the road during summer. It does not matter who is the president. The schools will get funding. You don't go and campaign in America, I will pay salary. You can't campaign in America, you're going to pay salary. It's not possible. So the wheels are running. All the president can do is to make the wheels run faster. Not to run. In Nigeria, certain states do not exist as corporate entities. They only exist to receive FARC. Think about that. Okay, engineer. He's dropped IBK Olanira. Thank you, Mr. James. I appreciate the comeback.
No problem, boss.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem, boss.
IBK, you've got the floor.
Okay. Good evening.
He said that, okay. IBK, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm calling from Oshogbo, Nigeria.
Oshogbo. How is Oshogbo side? No, lovely place.
It has been raining.
Raining?
For 2 days now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, sir? Talk to us.
Well, I really don't think this is going to be a problem in the next few years. Why do I say so? Number one, people are jobless. Number two, the ones that have job, they are not, how do I put it now? They are not so engaged. Then the other ones that have jobs that take all their time. The other ones that have jobs that takes all their time. They don't have this arrangement of Nigeria, that the arrangement of the American people that after working on site on this thing, you go to the pub later in the evening and take some time to cool off. That's not how we roll here. It's a different thing entirely. You work from morning till evening when you are useless to yourself. They just go and take one painkiller medicine or drink ogoro or smoke weed, then knock off. No, yeah, it's not the good they think is not a time of enjoyment. It's just something just wear them so that they just slip off. So this tapping thing, I believe is just like how Nigeria make unnecessary thing trend. I think we have that culture, and after a while, it's going to die off. The same way we react to political frenzy. When the thing is going on, everybody is talking about it. When the thing is off, then everybody forgets about it. I think it's how Nigeria trends things. I think that's what it is really going on. And I don't think it's going to be a problem. And the tapping thing, we also have this thing, sorry to the grown-ups, we also have this thing of when we don't understand how some things are, then we just condemn it ultimately and not just see way forward in it. And I believe that probably why we are kind of backward in our tech this thing, because of how the people in the last 10, 15 years ago, when you ask them what they want to be, how they don't have clear idea of what tech could be, what tech is getting into. And I know internet just going into that less than many years ago. But even like that, as at then, it's not every American that wants to be engineers, doctors, or lawyers. They have been saying a lot of things way back then. But here, it has been limited to that. At this time, I think the tapping thing is part of something. I have to ask one of my friends that does this thing. We finished school together in 2018. And he's not doing fraud. I have to ask him, guy, what is this thing? He said it's Web3. I said, so what does it, when you are tapping on your phone, what does it do exactly? Then he explained in some kind of way. I still don't get it yet. He sent me some kind of PDF. I'm going to read it and catch up on it soon. So I think is a part. So what I understood totally about the tapping is a part of Web3, and is a part of Web3, and that is the one that is easy for people to do now because Nigerians are jobless. People have a lot of time on their hands. That is the truth. And this thing, a lot of people we text a lot because of data is relatively cheap in this part of in this country. So people have time on their hand. Why do they have time on their hand? Because they don't have something worthy really doing. That is the thing.
So So you are completely correct. You see, that's again why we have to say that we can't blame people that are doing this. We can't. We don't have the right to blame them. But I think that if we look at it critically, there is something wrong with your population tapping. That's why a major newspaper is writing about it. It's something wrong because in simple terms, it's a loss of productivity in simple terms. But look at it this way.
It's not like they are leaving something to be tapping.
I know.
Not that there is something
I get you.
that they left.
But you see, when you make this argument, right, you will then ask yourself, how come it's only Nigeria that is tapping? Because if we didn't have this data that Illumine shared that showed the major nations that are doing Google search for tapping, it's India and Nigeria. Why is this thing not happening in Ghana? Are Ghanaians not, are they all employed in Ghana?
No, they are not all employed. Our demographic has a large number of young people that
same
are
as Ghana. Same as Ghana.
That is why I said we have this thing with trend in Nigeria. When something is going on, everybody gets into it, and there is this other thing. There's this other mentality of easy money that is in this country that I've seen in many places.
Yeah, but you see, and that's why I'm doing the space. I'm not really concerned about it. I don't know anything about tapping. I know the technical term. My space is really about this mentality that is creeping into Nigeria, where if you want to make money, you do MMM, or you do Nospecto, or you do tapping, that's where I'm going to. I'm not really concerned about the technicalities of it. There's a reason why it's in Nigeria and not in Zambia or Kenya. There's a reason why. The guys that did the Telegram, why did they bring it here? There's a reason why it's here and not in Kenya. That's the point I'm going to. But my bigger point is this: no economy can allow unbridled experimentation on its youth. We don't see the effect now because it's a concept. It's like an invisible concept. It's like gambling. If people gamble, exactly. do you see the effect immediately? No. But imagine an economy where half the economy gambles. Of course, when you gamble, you lose money. So when you lose money, can you make financial decisions? Can you buy a mortgage? Can you get a credit card if you gamble? That's why it's dangerous. So down the line, you have an economy where you have a lot of population, but they're not able-bodied. This is able-bodied workers. If you are in debt or you gamble away your income, you can't save. If the economy cannot save, you can't invest. If the economy cannot invest, it can't grow. It's a difficult concept to lock in because people don't really get the invisible side. They see the visible side, but it's difficult to explain that invisibility. It is not okay for the entire population to be tapping their phones. If this was when MMM came, how many people did MMM or Nospecto or even Forex trading? Now, according to this article and from the early speakers, everybody is tapping in Nigeria. I know when you join the space, a guy said that bankers will put their phone, be talking to you and be tapping. Doctors are tapping. So if you have an economy where the highest paid workers, doctors, bankers are tapping, then there's a big problem. The problem is not tapping. I hope we'll get that. I'm not really focused on tapping, but the economy. On my space, I do economy. Tapping is killing the economy. That's where I'm going to. And you can't blame the guys tapping. The government has got to ask itself, why have we not created opportunities that the only opportunity in Nigeria is to tap? That's where I'm going to.
That's what I said. People have too much time on their hands. A lot of people are jobless.
All right.
And three, many people in this country have this mentality of easy money. I don't know how we got here. I don't know what actually prompted it. I don't know. People have this mentality of easy money. People want just to put in money somewhere. And there's this funny prayer people pray. They say small work, big work. A small work, big pay. I don't know who told us. Even that's not how even God's system is.
So
even farming, that is one seed you put into the ground that get a bunch of fruit is different. It's a lot of work. You put it there, you farm it, you fertilize it, you water it if necessary. So I don't know where people got this mentality of small work, big pay, and this thing of easy money. The same thing happens with betting. The same thing happens with whenever a Ponzi scheme comes out, and this same thing is also going on with this tapping thing.
All right, good. I mean, I get your point. That's Victor. What's your take? I mean, I agree with IBK. You can't extricate the government away from this, but there's still personal responsibility. I just don't think it's you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to use a wrong example, but I still think that there's some personal responsibility here that maybe we're using the economy to sort of cover up. Victor, what's your take?
Yeah, hi, Carlo. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so for bringing me up. I mean, I had a very different perspective. I mean, weeks before, but having stayed on the space for a while, I began to, some things. So obviously, like most people are aware, the reason why people are tapping is simply because there's obviously that I can't blame them because that's one of the ways that they can survive if you consider the biting economic. I was in a particular place, and then there was this boat ride that came and dropped a customer. And while I was just trying to approach to whether he was available for another stop, I just noticed his phone was in his leg tapping. It was really very funny. It just occurred to me that it's a pointer to the fact that we are currently in a very dire situation. Like everybody, irrespective of your financial situation, tapping is now attractive because that's going to give you extra cash. But then, of course, the downside, which is the fact that there's a psychological impact. A time is going to come and just move on, and doesn't change people's financial, when it comes to their financial lives. Essentially, don't do that in the internet, and there will not be any shift because it was wave, and people who are doing it probably have this feeling that I can just spend and it will come back tomorrow again and all that. So I mean, everyone tapping is just like a popular quote. And after some time, maybe there will be some adjustments, and then all of a sudden it's now, before call it maybe a big scam or something. But then obviously early people would have made all the money and all that. So I think the only what I just want to say is that it's not, we can't blame, but at the same time the downsides cannot also be overlooked, because obviously it's going to have a very huge impact by the time the whole craze ends.
Yeah, because it's the same as gambling, and I've talked about gambling. It's addictive. You don't want to have a population hooked on stuff like this. Look at the Chinese. What did Great Britain do to the Chinese? They imported heroin, opium into China, pumped it into China, and for centuries China was just a nation of opium addicted people. Did nothing for centuries. Once they started to get their senses back and take back their people, their population away from those drugs. Look at what happened and look at what China is today. The same thing with the black community in America. They were destroyed by drugs. How did drugs go all the way to the black community? If you don't know, like, it's not just when drugs now became a national epidemic across America, they now said, oh, it's a health crisis. When drugs were a black problem, it was a crime problem, it was a war on drugs problem. You don't allow your youths to get hooked on something that is detrimental. Same thing with alcohol. Same thing with sugar. Nigeria is passing a sugar bill and all that kind of stuff. You just simply don't allow unbridled consumption of anything to your youth. It has nothing to do with, even if it's not gambling or tapping, sugar, cigarettes, pornography. You don't allow it. And if you keep quiet and we say, oh, there are no jobs, so we should allow it, and it's wrong. Somebody in the government isn't doing his job. Someone in the government isn't doing his job. That's just what I would say. Akin, you've got the floor, Mr. Akin. Go ahead.
Hello. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, the way I see it is, yes, it's probably a waste of time.
Akin, your audio is kind of low.
Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay, so I would agree that it's not the most productive use of one's time, and it's definitely doesn't improve the economy, doesn't improve investment rates and whatnot. But then the question that one needs to ask oneself when you're looking at something like this is, what are the next best
options? What are the alternatives? The truth is, the alternatives could be worse. Some of these people that are tapping, probably wasting their time on their phones and not learning new skills and everything, could be doing something even much more sinister in terms of crime. They could be doing all sorts of things. One of them could be planning to kidnap people, robbery, and whatnot. So the thing is, we have time in Nigeria is very cheap, which is essentially the result of having a very high unemployment and high underemployment rate. Our joke of an unemployment statistics, where we are calling somebody that is working an hour a day employed but underemployed, is already showing that to a large extent time in Nigeria is cheap. And when time is cheap in that way, there's this saying, an idle man is the devil's workshop. All sorts of things to make money start to pop up. Then I've been hearing people say, Nigerians love to ask for doing little work and earning a lot of money. The thing is, when you're in a high inflation economy, where even if you get a pay rise of 20%, but then inflation is going at 30%, you are still losing out. The thing is, you stop thinking long term. You start to think of how you can survive in the here and now. Because if you don't survive in the here and now, the long term is just a mirage to you. So the thing is that we have all sorts of macroeconomic and even just normal microeconomic issues that are coming together to cause a lot of distortions, a lot of weird things that are going on in our country today. And unfortunately, to continue to say, okay, we should curb tapping. Yes, you could curb tapping. I think it's, as I've said before, waste of time. But what could then be the unintended consequences of curbing the tapping? That's something we really need to look at. If you're not giving people work where they are making good money and whatnot, they could go into something even worse. So I think these are some of the considerations that we need to have in the economics of crime. One needs to look at some of these things. That why would people get into certain kinds of social vices? Partly is due to they feel maybe that they don't have enough economic options. Also, they feel that maybe they will not get caught. And in the Nigerian case, both are true. You have a situation where a lot of people feel that the police force is not effective. Then we also feel that there are not so much economic options for them. So this is their best option in life. So I think if I'm not solving that, any other thing that we are saying about bringing in regulation and everything will likely cause unintended consequences, which we may not see immediately, but over time we'll likely see, so long as the unemployment and underemployment problem in the country persists. Thank you.
Good point. I mean, it's the same point we're making. I wish we could get someone that would give us like what the government's going to do about this. I really wish someone would come and say, hey, the government has seen this, the government recognizes that this is an issue, and the government is going to start to train youths on ICT. We're going to open up 200 ICT centers in every local government area that they use. I wish we could get that response, because now I think we've established where we are in this conversation, that this thing is not going to be good long term, but the youth also have no choice but to do this tapping. That's where I think we are on this point. Kingsley Chinwonso, super kind of breed. Go for it, sir. Super kind of breed. You've got the mic, sir. Yes. Please hit it. Yep, there we go.
Oh, okay. Good everybody. I think listening to everybody speak, I think what I'll just say, or what I discovered, is that the tapping is just part of the symptom of a bigger problem instead of the actual cause of anything. Because I think somebody was saying people have to be productive, they have different plans that they can put their time in to be more productive. But every other person has been saying Uber drivers are tapping, nurses are tapping, doctors are tapping. So if they are obviously doing things that are productive, they wouldn't be tapping. If someone earns like $200 in like some few months and is very glad about it, it's not really his fault. It's because the value, he sees the value more than every other thing that he sees around, right? So I think the tapping is just part of the symptom of a larger problem. The biggest problem is the government, of course, because if the government makes the youth more productive, like made an example with China. You know, China has a very large productive population. You know, so when you are productive, just imagine you're earning like maybe 1,000, 2,000 a month, and somebody say you should be tapping with 5 hours to learn to earn like $50 or $10. There's no way somebody needs to advise you not to tap. You know, it's just something you just don't do. You know, so I think the reason for the large population of tapping is because of the economic problems in Nigeria. So that's just a symptom. And we're also seeing it in the kidnapping rise, right? In the crime rise, in different sectors. People are doing different things, and I think this tapping is also part of it. And it's a good part because at least you are making money, hopefully, and then you're also solving other problems. Like the guy that got 3,000 and opened a bakery. I'm sure he won't be tapping every time anymore.
Yeah, but imagine if that's the. I mean, it's like I can just said it a few seconds ago. Time is cheap in Nigeria, and once time is cheap in Nigeria, then these things happen. Maybe that's why they're coming to Nigeria, because if they went somewhere on that country, nobody will touch that in America. It doesn't make any sense. So
if you advertise something like that in America, that you're wasting your money for advertisement. It's too flat, right? It doesn't make any sense. You know, so I think that's the symptom. I don't think that's actually the problem. Yeah, so that's what I have to say.
Yeah, so but it can't be a, I don't know how to say it. It can't be a pathway to say you're going to tap your way into bakeries. I mean, the government can't say that World Bank gave Nigeria $1 billion or is it 500 million to do this poor people sharing money in Nigeria. The money has been stolen. Yes. I mean, they were sharing money without biometrics. Can you just imagine this? They were sharing money from the World Bank without biometrics. And the World Bank gave them that loan, and the World Bank is giving them more loans. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, what is their agenda? Is the World Bank just going to just give us more and more money to put us in debt? Why would you give a country money to give to poor people and not insist on biometrics and not insist on getting reports every month? Why would you do that and you see a World Bank? It's annoying, you know.
Yes, I think every smart person in the world, at least if you have internet, we all know that. Maybe some people call it conspiracy theory, but we all know that the World Bank is against Africa. So if we don't know, we are just lying to ourselves. They are training us with the loans. We know that. They know the bad government. They know who's going to steal the money, and they enable that person, give him more money, and they put him in more chains, and then they bring these austerity measures that will make your population less productive, and other countries will be using the productiveness of your youth for cheap labor. It is sure, we all know this. So I think anybody clapping for World Bank, giving us more loans, unproductive loans, cannot be accounted for, bringing wrong advice, I think, you're just lying to yourself. So like I said, the tapping is just a symptom of a big problem. It is a big problem we have in Nigeria. I've said this before, that Nigerian government are raising terrorists because 24 hours of unproductive people, what are you raising?
All right.
Your school are not teaching you well. Your environment, your community, government officials, they're not good examples. They're not teaching you well. So what do you have? 200 million or millions of youth unproductive. You will definitely have a lot of criminal vices. So for me, like I said, the tapping is a symptom of a big problem, and we should just look at the problem, and of course the tapping will just go away.
All right.
Because if you give the guy a good job, he won't tap. He's sure you don't need to advise him. Just give him a good job. He won't tap. He will come home very tired and sleep. We earn good money at the end of the month. Have mortgage. So why would he, be spending his time tapping his phone?
All right, gotcha. Yeah, good point there, guys. I think I think we've reached the. I mean, is there anything else we can see on this topic? I mean, don't you guys think we've gotten to the essence of it, right? um, tapping is bad or tapping is good or tapping is innocuous, but the effects are, down the line. But people are tapping because there are no opportunities. I think that's the gist really that we have gotten so far. Let me get a few guys here that have been requesting to speak for a long time. I haven't got a chance to speak. David Black. Hey, David.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir. Well,
Yeah.
where are you calling from?
Yeah. I'm calling from Nigeria. I'm in Lagos, right?
Gotcha. Go for it, sir.
Yeah, for me, I have nothing against the tappers because it's not their fault. Where the problem lies is our government and our society. The government has made the society to look like a place where we don't have regards for those who went to school or those who have earned jobs. A society whereby those being successful, like we claim they are fraudsters. Because if you come to the streets of Lagos, you find out that the successful youth you see today, more than 70% of them are into fraud. And every family in Nigeria celebrates any of the youths or children that can bring home food. So if we live in a society where the government does not care anything about the youth or anything that is affecting the youth, and they knows nothing to do about it, then you won't blame the youth when they choose to look for a legitimate way of anything, like you said, a bottle of milk. Okay, if they pay them the minimum wage, the transport alone will consume the 30,000 or let's say 40,000. But with tapping, they will be able to afford it. Were you not the one that calculated how much the other guy who said he made $200 and something dollar? That person, if he is working, he will not be able to save that amount. Because by the time he pays his bill, at the end of the day, he will have nothing to take home. So for me, I have nothing against the tapper. The people I have problem with is the government. The government needs to find a way to change the mindset of the youth, but which they are not doing. A society whereby the easiest way to make money is to become a fraudster, either internationally or locally. A society whereby the people who are okay, just for instance, let me use this analogy. For the past 7 to 8 years, any youth that is able to build a house or buy a vehicle is into fraud.
Any youth?
How many? Yes.
That's a bit.
Why I use that word? No, majority of I use any youth. Okay, let me use the word. Majority of the youths who are able to build a house or buy a house or vehicle are into fraud. Majority of them. Because how many white collar jobs that you see people doing that they will be able to buy a house? If you go to Lekki, like those people are into real estate, the cheapest house you get from them is 70 million. And if you see them, majority of our youth are patronizing them, buying a house of 100 million, 200 million. Majority of our youth. You want to tell me they are working in one company or other? No, they're not. Majority of them are into fraud. Though for me, I won't blame them because the government is not doing what they're supposed to do. If the government is doing what they're supposed to do, they will not be into it.
Okay.
Like you mentioned, this tapping thing is not that popular in Ghana. But Ghana, with the little they earn, things is a little bit cheaper there to survive without doing any other thing. But in Nigeria, you can still, you might intend to work. You will not see the work. And if you see the work, the transport alone will consume the whole salary. So at the end of the day, you will choose either to tap or to look for one thing else to do. So that's just my take. We should leave the tappers. We should face turn our. Yes, we should leave the tappers. It's the government we should attack, not the tappers. Because if the government put everything right, I don't think majority of you see people walking and they will be tapping inside the bus. They are tapping on the bike. They are tapping. It's because they find it that at the end of the day, there's something they will take home. That the people who did not coin, majority of imagine somebody that was not in that doesn't have 100,000. Where at the time when they did not coin, he became a millionaire.
No,
He became automatic millionaire.
yeah,
Then
but this a narrative I want to. This is a narrative this narrative I'm really like struggling with, because if you glamorize this thing, then it that's actually where people are making the money, yes, because they have to, but you can't glamorize it. This is not a job.
I know people.
Nobody's kid wants to tap. Nobody I know here on this space wants his kid to be a millionaire from tapping. Nobody. I know they want their kid to be
yes, I accept that. That is why I'm saying that we should leave the tappers and focus on the government who refuse to do things that will make us to take our eyes off those things that will bring a kind of negative impact in the economy in the economic system in years to come. Because all these things we are facing now is, like you said, are things that our government was supposed to do years back. They did not do, that our youth are now creeping into.
Good point.
At one time, if you want, like when I was in secondary school, what we normally boast of, which book have you read? You see, hardly you see a family that doesn't have a library. But now, for now, the reading culture in Nigeria is dying. You see somebody that is going to school, why his friend that is not in school, that is in just one place, pressing his phone, doing one Yahoo thing. Before you know that, you hear that person has bought a house for his mother or his father or his family, and the person is taking care of them, and he's living where? Living large. You that is going to school, you are going to meeting. I want to go to school. I just need small transport from you. Somebody that did not go to school. And if it not tells you that I'm into Yahoo or I'm a papi, and it not say you should join it, won't you join it? You will join.
All right,
but
good
if the government, no, so that is the problem. When this thing started, it was like about I think 12 or 13 years ago, during that 2008, 2007. That was when all these things started creeping in little by little.
All right.
But our government were not.
Yeah, that's the point. I like that you're making that the government has they've let it go through, and it's now a thing. And that's the point. Maybe they're not aware. I wasn't aware of this. I saw people tapping their phone, but I knew what they were doing till I actually started to read and all that. So same thing. Maybe they should know better than I should. I've not heard anybody in government talk about this. Like the same.
One of the speakers was saying something. Like, to me, what I think the speaker is trying to say is that the Telegram people or the organizer who have this tapping thing are trying to experiment it in Africa or Nigeria. No, they are not. It just happened that then at the time when they started, they now find out that a lot of Nigerians are not into it, and a lot of Indians are not into it. Where you see all these things thrive.
Yeah, but hold on. So you are saying that are you saying that they did not target Nigeria, but Nigerians targeted them?
No. Nigeria targeted them.
I don't think so.
There's nothing left.
Okay, but I don't think so. But there are Nigerians in Togo, Benin. There are Nigerians in Togo, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire. Nigerians, and they have friends in Nigeria. So why do Nigerians in Togo, Ghana, Benin, South Africa, France, UK? Why aren't they doing tapping? Why are the Nigerians in Nigeria? They're Nigerians in they're like 20 million.
Okay, look. The Nigerians who are doing it are the Nigerians in Nigeria.
So so that's the point he's making then, and it's a Nigerian thing. It's not it's not Nigerians, it's Nigeria. I.e., they did not they targeted Nigerians in Nigeria. It's the economy here, right? That's what you're saying.
The Nigerians in Nigeria find it as a way of having little money to buy that bottle of milk you are talking about.
But not
That's why all of them.
But there are Nigerians in Sudan. There are Nigerians in Niger, Nigerians in Chad that are poorer than Nigeria. Nigerians in Burkina Faso, poorer than Nigeria. See the point I'm making? See the point I'm making?
Okay, I get your point. But
All right.
do you know in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, can easily afford a plate of food outside Nigeria? But you can't do that in Nigeria yet.
Interesting. All right.
Just
All right.
to eat a plate of food here, that will not be enough. You are talking about 1.5 and above, and you will not be satisfied. But so okay now, were you not the one talking about McDonald's paying $21 per hour? That $21 is about 30-something thousand. Just per hour job, you are getting almost a minimum wage of Nigeria this thing. Divide the Nigeria minimum wage into 20-something days or 30 days. Is it not 1,000? You will not eat it in one meal, and you are supposed to eat like 3 times a day. You have not paid your transport.
Hey, Mr. Black, don't bring this money thing to us. So I hear you, Mr. Black.
That's why I said we should leave everything about the tapas. Focus more on what the government is supposed to do
To eliminate the tapping. Sure.
Let me be frank with you. You see our government, they are very, very blind to anything that will move this country forward. The only place where you see them being smart is that place they are getting their own money that they want to loot, because all our government politicians, whether we like it or not, they are all looters.
Interesting. All right. Black, I thank you for your comments, right? Good point. Let's get
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. So thanks for joining. Let's get maid to nurse from the Nursing and Midwifery Council. How you doing, maid to nurse? Go for it. Black, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to talk.
Are you a tapper? Let's start from there.
Yes, actually.
But are you a nurse?
Yes, I'm a nurse.
So you're a nurse tapper.
And I'm a young nurse as of that.
Okay, go ahead,
I'm
sir.
going to be talking from my experience, because I feel that a lot can be said about this issue of tapping and how it affects productivity. And what I've seen is the economy is not actually bad because people are tapping. I mean, people are tapping because the economy is bad. And I will give you an instance. I'm an intern working in a federal hospital. It's a big federal hospital. And while I was applying for this job, there were about 500 applicants. Are you getting me? And of 500, it took just 55%. So the economy is bad and the system is bad. What were the criteria for the selection of this 55%? People had to pay to get internship. While I was young, my mom, my dad, they were always encouraging me to be a doctor, to be a nurse, because these were professions that you know that you are going to be successful. You know that job is guaranteed. But we have 500 new nurses looking for jobs, and there's only 55 space in a federal hospital, and people are paying as high as 300K to get these slots.
So wait, hold on.
You see,
you are paying money to who?
I am telling you, people are paying people that know someone that can put them in the list.
This is a federal job or what?
It's a federal hospital, a big hospital, teaching hospital. So you see that the system is, where are the incentives? You go to school for 5 years, you read nursing, you read medicine, and you come out, there's no guaranteed employment. And you have the chance to just take your phone, tap, and you are being paid well. You're even being paid more than the federal hospital is going to pay you. Someone that has paid 300K to secure a job that is going to pay less than 200K in a month, how many months is it going to cover up? This is why you see people that, okay, I go to the ward in the morning, maybe I'm on morning duty, I'm done with my shifts. I said I could be doing other things at the side, aside from this tapping, but this is like disposable income. It's not going to cost me anything to just pick up my phone, just tap. And most of these things, in some of these projects, you can just go in and claim. You don't even need to tap. You just claim every 4 hours, then they give you points. So it's not in everything that you have to be tapping your phone. So you see, it's an opportunity that presents itself as, okay, we are advising people to get multiple streams of income. Now, I have an aunt she has been disturbing me that she needed me to teach her how to tap. This is someone that owns a store, a provision store that is worth more than £1 million. Now she has 3 kids. She goes to work in the morning around 6. She comes back around 8 in the night. Now, 5 pieces of tomato in the market is 1,000 naira. She needs to feed. Even this business cannot sustain her and her family. So what do you expect this woman to do when she sees an opportunity like this? She's going to tap. So I think the problem is essentially the economy is already crumbled. We cannot now pick or single out tapping as the cause of whatever it is that we are saying is wrong in the country. So I just feel that, well, the system is bad. We can't really be talking and saying that people in Ghana are not tapping, because I don't think there's much decadence as it is now in this country compared to Ghana. So when we are making all this comparison, we should actually be in contact. If you cannot be in contact with how things are happening.
The only thing I see wrong in this whole thing is that no one answered this to me, is that how come it's only Nigeria? Nigeria is not they always say Nigeria is not the only country going through crisis. Anytime you attack the government, they tell you, oh, we're not the only country that's going through economic crisis. So why aren't the other youths in other countries tapping? Nigeria and Kenya in terms of the IT space, almost the same. Algeria, Egypt, like Libya, Sudan, they're fighting a war, they need money. It's just, why is it only us? So it has more. I get the point, it's an economic thing, but there's also a mentality. Nigerians are used to this get quick, rich quick thing. If it's not happening to be give help, ask for help. I think that DNA is in Nigeria. Look at the gambling epidemic. I don't think they gamble the way we do here in, say, Ivory Coast or Ghana. I could be wrong. I don't have the figures here. But there's something more than just the economy as the excuse. I know the government is responsible ultimately. I mean local, state, and federal. But there's something in the DNA of Nigerians that allow us to just say we are comfortable with allowing this to go on. I mean, look at what you're saying. Everybody's tapping. Doctors, lawyers, everybody's tapping. How can an economy? Makes no sense.
I think if you look at the Nigerian people, when there's any trend, it doesn't even have to be this tapping. Whenever there's any trend at all, maybe it's a musician that is fighting on Twitter, it goes round. Everybody knows what is happening. Everybody wants about these things.
Okay, why don't they trend calling out local government spending? Why don't they trend transparency in government? Why don't they trend transparency in elections? Why don't they trend those other things? Why are they only trending these ones?
The times that they have tried to, what were the results? Look at the NSAS protest.
Good point.
What were their results? Look at the election. Okay. People came out to vote in mass. What was the result?
Good point. All right, good point. Yeah, I hear you. Good points. I concede. Good points. Yeah, let's keep it going. Well said. Thanks, and I hope you the best in your nursing. I'm happy you got the job. I don't know if you pay, but I'm happy you got the job. The very, very best in that job. Yeah, go for it. Let's get running. Yeah, Ox running.
Yeah, good day, people.
Good day. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos, Nigeria. I wanted to counter what David Black said earlier about young people engaging in fraud.
Your audio is kind of low. If you don't mind, your audio is kind of low. Could you help us with that?
All right.
Are you able to speak now?
Yeah. I'm with you.
Okay, go for it.
So like I was saying, I'm trying to counter what David Black earlier said, and I want to say that there is something called innovation. I've been in the crypto space for a very long time now, and I understand that some kind of things that occur here can seem kind of crazy, maybe like the tapping thing. He said the tap swap is only popular in Nigeria, and I think the reason why it is that is because there are lots and lots of projects out there. For example, now, last month, someone came to me and he played a game. It's an on-chain game, and he played from May 21st to June 13th. and he got paid $175. So imagine now a youth who is in a third world country who just needed to play a game online and made $172 claim. Do you expect that youth now to say he's not going to look for other means of making this money? I, who have been in the space for a while till now, and looking at the state of the economy, you wouldn't want me to now see a job paying 30 or 50,000 naira a month, and knowing what I have made from the space to now settle for that. So I wanted to just correct. He was saying that most people buying houses in Lekki, this, that, are scammers, and I think that's like a very wrong notion. That's what we call stereotyping. Because that's stereotyping, and he shouldn't think that based on youths are maybe able to buy this expensive stuff, it means that they are definitely into fraud. I on one hand, I help reach out to venture capitalists for a Web3 firm, and this Web3 firm pays me solid high six figures in Naira. And you wouldn't look at me now and say, oh, based on I'm earning this much, and I am a Nigerian youth.
Was it like a one-time deal, or is something you do all the time?
No, it's on a monthly basis.
So they pay you to do what again? What do you do?
They pay me to make outreach to venture capitalists. I help reach out to this venture capitalist, and we are trying to look for a raise for the Web3 firm. So what I'm trying to paint in essence is like this tap swap. People feel that it's, yes, I agree that the long term basis is not good because it desensitizes you to the idea of money, one, and two, it makes you look for means of making money quick. But I think what people are failing to understand is that like this is the future of finance. I believe for one, you should know decentralized finance, and most of these projects that we see out there, they need you to like test out their products, interact with their chain or whatever, and at the end of the day, they might just reward you with something we call airdrop or Steamy for your time put in. It's not like you just have to tap. No, it's not.
So is it? Let me ask. I don't know if you can answer this question, but when you are tapping the phone?
Yeah.
Are they trying to measure that your usage of the phone, or how long you have the phone? What are they trying to get?
All right. So this is what I would say my answer for you. This is like their own mechanism. Yeah. Like I said, crypto rewards active participation, and they're just trying to get you glued to your phone. And maybe at one point in time, they might ask people who are doing the tap swap thing to maybe put in $2, $3 or $13 to be able to. They might try to raise money from their people who participate. I'm not saying I don't do tap swap because I don't believe you have to tap your screen, and I don't have that time to be tapping screen up and down. But there are like other projects out there with different styles and means of interacting with their projects that will reward you for your time and interaction spent on it. For example, I just want you to like maybe check on Layer Zero. Layer Zero is about to do an airdrop, and people roughly spend maybe like 100.
Yeah, no brand names if you don't mind.
You sir?
No brand names if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. So like there is a project that's about to do like an airdrop in a couple of days from now, and people are going to like get good steamy from their time and effort spent all over the period of some months, weeks.
Okay.
So the tap swap frenzy, I'm not in support of it because I feel like it's a total waste of time having to like spend your time on your phone clicking. That time that is spent on other things.
I mean, but what if you don't have other things to spend it on?
That's why I feel like Nigeria should like maybe
get something to do. So we're back to that jobs thing. In the end, they are rewarding lack of unemployment, because if you are employed, you won't tap your phone. But I'm hearing doctors and bankers are tapping their phone. So I don't know, man.
Like the crypto space is really broad. You could actually get a job, a real time job in the crypto space. So I feel like Nigerians maybe will have to like learn more about crypto, not just about the get rich quick side of things. You could actually learn how to like build things, develop. There are a lot of things out there.
Isn't that what schools should be teaching?
No. Schools. We are in a third world country. Sad to say, but like, I don't think there's any very high paying job that can compete with the average crypto hustler. Let's just put it like that. There's no job in the country right now, even if you are a CEO of UBA today, that can compete with an average crypto grinder.
How much do you think a general, not CEO, how much do you think a manager in a bank makes in Nigeria? How much?
A month?
Yeah.
Let's say, give or take, I think they make like 2 to 3 million
a month.
Yeah.
They make far more than that, bro. They make far more than that. This is a manager,
I can beat my chest now and tell you now that like the average crypto grinder in a year makes more than what they make.
I don't think that's true.
The only thing is that you get desensitized.
No, I don't.
Idea of money.
So, let me tell you, right? The day I saw the salary of a bank MD, and this was in 1994. The day I saw the MD of a bank MD, I couldn't believe it. Okay. This is the MD. I know what AGMs, I know what GMs make in banks. I don't want to quote the figure here, but you are so low balled. I don't even know where to start from. So.
Well, sir, like I said, I don't want to go mentioning how much I earn, because this is like a recorded space.
No, I hear you. I'm not asking for you. I'm not asking for yours. I'm just saying that.
I'm just trying to like poise the fact that I think the average crypto real grinder makes more than the CEO. I'll just leave it at that.
It's not possible, bro. Not even the CEO, even the AG, not even the AGM, the manager. You can't make what the bank manager is making. I'm telling you for a fact. It's not possible. But we'll leave that.
That's why I wanted to just correct the.
Yeah, good point made there. Yeah,
point, right?
You made a good point there.
Because crypto is like the future of finance.
But I want you guys to do real. I want the crypto people to do things that we can feel and touch. You know, solve local problems, solve malaria, solve lack of food, solve lack of milk, solve bandits. How can we make bandits, identify them and maybe blow them up, and not make them shine on social media? Solve real problems for us. That's what I want you guys to do.
Well, that's like why we have to start with maybe educating people about the whole thing about crypto. Crypto isn't just a get rich quick avenue. It isn't just a get rich quick. If you like calm down and decide to learn these things and also have like a vision, you could build.
And also, if I'll give you guys a few tips as well. Stop calling it crypto. Stop calling it crypto. It sounds illegal if you are hiding something. And stop saying you want to replace fiat. Stop. If you do those two things, you get more adaptation. But that's just my opinion. Thank you, Oxfordin. Appreciate you hopping in here. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Motoshow, Shewu_Ara. You got the floor, sir. Guys, we're winding down. We got 30 minutes warning. We're going to wind down. We're talking, of course, the craze in Nigeria for tapping telephones to get funds. We're referencing the New York Times article where they said Nigerians are mindlessly tapping phones in mosques, in churches, at funerals, in the banks, in the hospitals, just to get money. we've got lots of callers calling in saying, yes, they do get paid some $3,000 a month, some $500 a month, and they've used that to better their lives. They are tapping because they have no opportunities, and the government is essentially not giving them any other pathways apart from tapping their phones. That's where we are. Mr. Motoshaw, you've got the floor, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for giving me the floor.
You're welcome.
So first thing I've got to say is, it's good that without people, that they need to put it at the back of their mind that 70 to 80% of the crypto space right now is a bubble. Yes, there are use cases that are applicable and are solving one solution, are making one solution or the other. But then a lot of them and a lot of money is going to go into thin air, right? Now, one thing that I would just want you to always do on this space is like, okay, this is my second week having to join your space, and I guess you do it every Sunday. Is that probably at the end of every space, let's say, okay, this is the info that we have from this space, and this is what people can work on or what people can decide on or can work with. In Nigeria, a lot of things about how things are deteriorating, it has to do with culture, and we wouldn't change the culture or we wouldn't change people's mentality by all of the talk that we talk in Nigeria. People need to realize that number one, the government is us. Number two, if anything is going to change, we have to change ourselves first, right? So, yes, people are tapping because they don't have any other thing to do. You can't blame them, right? But then, what can people do, right? Someone spoke about surveys, right? So, if surveys seem more legit, right? How can people start doing surveys, right? Yes, at the beginning, people will find the easy way out. And we feel because it is easier to tap, why should I go and disturb myself about surveys, right? The last person that spoke, yes, there's a lot of money in the crypto space. Yes, people are making crazy money. But at the same time, a whole lot of people too are losing crazy money, right? So, at the beginning of this space, a lot of people spoke about it's just a wave. When people see that this particular utility doesn't pay, right? And it's just the truth. The utility that used to pay for people working, right? It was just the first one that paid, right? My own belief is that for this one that people are tapping, it's just the first one that is going to pay. And when people see that, oh, this particular one doesn't pay, oh, they will just keep hoping and wishing that, oh, another one comes. But then, if some people had changed their mindsets and moved into something else, right, by information that people are given, like these days, you find a lot of people that are making it through freelance, Upwork, right? You have a lot of people that are dedicating their time and celebrating 20K, 100K on Upwork and stuff like that. So, if after every call, right, we have action points, right, to say, okay, this is, if you are tapping, just have it at the back of your mind that this thing is a bubble, but then this is what you can fall back to. Just be getting yourself prepared, right? I think it can curb your own concerns as regarding what is the future of all of this all of the ripple effects that this get rich quick money scheme is going to bring. So that's just what I wanted to say. Thanks.
I hear you sort of summarize, and I saying summarize and give options. Some things, the discussion sometimes I try to make it come and discuss, and you hear from people. I try not to give an endorsement per se, like I say my own view at the very top, and I let people speak. That's really what I try to do. And then if you listen through, you can pick if people have said stuff, you pick it and then you run with it. I know, but I try not to give any. I don't know about this. It's not my.
I understand. Yeah, I understand the point you're just like in crypto where it will say not a financial advice, right? So that somebody doesn't come and hold you to it. Yeah, I understand, but it's something that everybody should adopt, right? When you see people that are tapping, always tell them, this thing is a bubble. Just have it at the back of your mind that it can fail. Don't put your whole mind to it.
Yeah, I've said at the very top, right? Said I'm biased against this. I said by saying that I'm biased against the whole thing. And now they've moved me from I'm biased against a company. Now I understand why they are doing it, but they haven't moved me to why they should do it. They've moved me from I am biased and against it to I understand why they are doing it, but they haven't taken me from why they are doing it to they should do it. That's so I'm just gonna stay. I understand why you guys are doing it, and let's call it a day. Yeah, thank you. I hear you. Yeah, let me get peace in here, guys. 30-minute warning, so we're gonna wind down from now. All the guys that are requested to speak are all gonna speak, and of course we'll wind down. It's been a great space. I mean, I like spaces where I learn, people interact. I've learned so much even from the DMs people are sending to me, telling me what's going on, giving names. Sorry, I don't want to mention any name. I don't know. At this particular one, I don't want to advertise anybody per se. But peace, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Okay, thank you. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from everyone, depending on where you're speaking from. So I just quickly want to add this.
Peace, where you calling from, though?
In Nigeria, though.
Nigeria, gotcha. Right,
yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So I just quickly want to add this. So all this, I think it depends on the knowledge that people have over them, because I believe sensitization is very paramount. If people are aware of some skills, definitely a lot of people will go into it, because I believe the problem Nigerians have is the fact that they don't learn about skills. They don't even have the knowledge of some things. For example, it's not just about this tapping, crypto, and the rest of them. There are still other skills out there like trading. People make money easily from trading too, and some people don't even know how to go about it, or don't. Some people have heard about it, but they don't know how to go about it. So if people can bring out themselves to sensitize people, teach them about trading, teach them about this crypto, I think it will help a lot. I've done this crypto a little bit, and what that was with the help of someone during with the help of my colleague at work. Even though I didn't really understand it that much, but I made some little money out of it, not much. And I also lost money from it because the person didn't really brief me on the risks involved. And after that, I got discouraged. I wasn't motivated to continue again. But then again, there are still other skills that Nigerians can also be trained on. Like, not because it's not everybody that have access to phones or internet, and there are people out there that are ready to learn, but they don't have the money to go for all those big trainings. They can also start from making heads. Okay, sorry, I said I'm spacing from Nigeria. I'm actually spacing from UK, and I can guarantee you, since I came to this UK, my eyes has really opened. I've learned a lot of skills, even though I work as a teacher here, but I can't just depend on the career alone, because the way the world is going, you can't just rely on your career alone, because you can be laid off at any moment. I took it upon myself to also learn some skills. I didn't necessarily go for bigger skills, the ones that will require me to pay money to go and learn, because that might even take me time to decide. I took it upon myself to even learn how to make wigs. Like right now, I just finished making a wig. And I know how many people that have seen me wear those wigs, and they'll be like, "Oh, your wigs is lovely, and where did you get it from?" And I'll be like, "Oh, I can make it for you." You know, you can learn how to make nails. There are so many people that spend money making all these things, making nails, making lashes, learning how to make up, and the rest of them. For those that cannot afford to pay for to go for a bigger training, and even in the Bible, they said, "My people perish because of lack of knowledge." So the most important thing is passing out the knowledge to people by training, not just by word of mouth. And that's why, if you check some other countries, they are more better than us. If you like here, I've actually observed Indians and I've observed Asians. The way they behave is totally different from Nigerians. And our major problem is unity and personal knowledge. We are too greed. Nigerians has the problem of greed. If a Nigerian knows something, to pass it out to another person is always a problem. They want to keep it to themselves because they don't want you to overshadow them. But you see, Indians, the little knowledge they have, they will pass the knowledge to others. Even the little information they have, they'll pass it on to others. They're always willing to even guide you through or train you on how to go about these things. So, like, if you check Asians here, you will notice that most of them have one or two skills that they are good at with. I know Indians, when it comes to IT industry, yeah, they're very good in IT and businesses and some other skills. But you see even Asians, when it comes to skills, even like not necessarily big skills, you will see somebody that know how to make what should I call it, like robes. They always know how to do one or two things. And if Nigerians can actually add skills, maybe the government, if they can even add skills, because yes, we always say that for NYSC, I'm rounding up. I know in the in NYSC, like people serving, there are people that come there to train them on skills, but that's not enough. Even in our schools, since I've been in this UK, I've seen a lot of schools that train their the secondary school, even the primary school, they train them on skills. If our government can add some skills to our curriculum, to the curriculum, it will actually go a long way. So that's all I have to say.
So, in essence, if we had more education, do you think, and of course, we know education creates opportunities. Maybe are we teaching the wrong subject in school? How many schools in Nigeria teach real, should we say, they teach you what you can leave the school and get a job or work by yourself? I don't think a lot of Nigerian universities do this. I went to school in Nigeria University for 4 years. I don't know, I think it was only one course that I used exactly what I was taught in university even till this day, and that's the mathematics of finance. Apart from that, it was mostly like management 101, XY theory. Those things that were taught in the 1960s. University, my junior brother went to university in Nigeria, and they were teaching them COBOL and Fortran. I don't know anybody uses COBOL and Fortran in the world right now. So is it really that our schools really teaching because the problem now is jobs. Our universities bringing out job seekers or bringing out entrepreneurs. I think that's a big problem I have maybe with the school in Nigeria right now. What do you think?
Okay, so let me also add this. They shouldn't even wait. The Nigerian schools, they shouldn't even wait till university before they add some skills to the academy. I feel like they said, catch them young. If you check, there is this video I shared on my status few weeks ago. It's a Chinese, as in some Chinese schools, like primary schools. Is a Chinese school. Most of their primary schools, they have like periods for skills, and you will see a lot of them making slippers, shoes, making even furnitures, different kind of things. Like catchy, lovely things. Do you understand? And when I was watching it, I was like, wow, these people, these are really children, kids. That in Nigeria, you will be like, oh, these ones, they are still very, as in like, they are still tender, like they've not, but other countries are doing it. Even here in UK, if you go to most of the schools, you will see that you find out that they also teach them skills. I know there are some times, as in there are some periods, you see that some will go for catering class, some will go for language class, some will even go to, like, the language class is where they teach them different languages, then some will also go for dancing classes, some will go for musical, different things. Like you see some that will even go to drawing classes where they paint and the rest of them. So it's not, as in, they must not necessarily wait till people get to the university level before they start introducing these skills. They can start it at the tender age, which is from primary school. So,
well, good point. Yeah, good point. I mean, it all goes back to really the way the structure and the economy are. So if we don't train the youth, somebody's going to come train them for us. And this is training. Tapping your phone is training. If we don't do it, someone's going to come do it, and we can't blame ourselves. We can't blame ourselves. I mean, we can blame ourselves for leaving the youth uneducated without an opportunity. Hey, Jim Halpert, welcome to the party. You've got the floor. Thanks, peace. Appreciate you. Jim, what's on your mind? Jim. Hey, Jim, what's up? Go for it.
Okay, can I be there?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my take on this is, first, I like the perspective.
Jim, your audio is kind of off. If you can, I don't know if you can fix your audio. Are you using your hands free or something like that? Your audio is kind of low and all that.
Okay, is it better?
No.
Is it better?
No, fix that, Jim. Fix that, Jim, and give me a hands up. Let me do voiceless. Voiceless, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Carlo. How are you?
Very well, very well, sir. What's up?
Okay, I got this call from Ibadan, Nigeria, and I'm a software developer with the University of Ibadan.
Yeah.
I think I want to join your line of thought because it's a fundamental problem we have here. Like our culture, our values have been, kind of twisted to make us understand that the only way we could make money, especially young people nowadays, the only way we could make money is try to look for a get-rich-quick scheme. In fact, one of those days I was sitting with my colleague in the office and he was proposing we come up with one get-rich-quick scheme and we could make millions out of Nigerians. And I just told him, boy, I'm not in for that. But that goes ahead to tell us that the decadence has actually cut down. You see, we need to begin to make our people understand that. I understand your space. I've been following you for a while, and you talk all things economics. We cannot tap our way out of poverty. No, it doesn't work. As a software developer and data analyst with the University of Ibadan, on average, sometimes in a month, it doesn't come all the time, but on average, sometimes I get gigs from clients worth over ₦1 million just 1 month. And I try to speak to young people that I come across and like, see, you can't do fraud and make this kind of peaceful money. So the problem, somebody mentioned that tap swap or whatever it's called is simply a reflection of the problem we have in the economy. And tap swappers are really not the problem. Yeah, that's true. But also we need to understand that it's about values. Why is it that it's not everybody that is? Nigeria, like you said, Nigeria is not the only poor country in the world. We have many other poor countries around the globe. And this tap swap is just in Nigeria and India right now, telling you that, see, these are people who are yet to understand that there is value when you actually get down to work. Now, I understand that, I won't take our time, I'll wrap up in 1 minute. I understand that our universities are not even helping. Okay, my brother came home the other day and I was just going through his lecture note and I saw that as of today, you mentioned it a while, as of today, a professor in the computer science department is still teaching him basic. And I was crazy. Who uses basic today? Nobody uses basic in programming. Nobody uses basic in software development or data analysis or whatever computing today. So you find out that the problem is fundamentally the government. I think what the government has succeeded in doing is to push us to such a place where we begin to question our own values, to see, we begin to question the fact, as a people now, the fact that we individually have to get a quick rich scheme, way out of poverty, and it cannot work. And I see that you're trying to be a little bit diplomatic with the whole thing, but we cannot keep supporting this whole tap swapping stuff. It's got to stop. The government has got to do something about it, because our young people no longer see the benefit of working hard, and that's because we have a lot of time. Like it has to stop, because somebody needs to start talking about it. Somebody needs to take a stand against it. Yeah, we know that the economy is bad and so many things are not going well. I run a business apart from what I do, and I discovered that most of the people in the manufacturing area that we use, young people are no longer interested in working. I came to the floor of production one day, and I was asking about 1 to 3 persons, and they have all resigned. I was asking why. They say they are tap swapping. I mean, for how long? How long are we going to tap our way out of poverty? I think there is something really fundamental about it, and I support your line of thought. These are potential millionaires tapping their way out, and this tapping is just a one-time thing. I can guarantee you, by this time next month, this whole thing, it's a mirage. It will just fade away. I've seen many people lose money in crypto. I'm not saying crypto is bad. I don't do it. I've seen many people put money. I've seen many people lose money. But see, we need to still make people understand that, see, you have to still work. Like, apart from doing crypto or whatever, even tap swapping is a problem. It should be stopped. But open all that crypto stuff has to, I'm not saying it should be regulated. Whoever is involved has to understand that this is not the primary means of making money. Our cultures need to be tweaked somehow. I don't want to take our time. Thank you, Carlo, for giving me the opportunity.
Appreciate the comments. Maybe look at it this way, right? The two largest blocks of poverty in the world, where you have the largest amount of poor people on earth, is Nigeria and India. So if that makes a difference, I'm not sure, but just want to put that data point out there. Those two nations also are the nations where you have tap swap as a big should we say search item. So just putting that point there. Hey Jim, have you fixed your audio? Jim, if you fixed your audio, hop right back in. Jim, you fixed that audio?
Yeah, I hope it's better now.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much for that. Please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, Carlo. Good evening, everyone else.
How you doing?
Okay, I was saying I really appreciate the perspective you're approaching the conversation from, the effect of people spending productive time trying to make money off, like Voiceless said, a mirage. So I was listening to an interview recently where the guest said something about only people in mega cities like Lagos, Port Harcourt, and let's say Abuja appreciate the non-governmental means to prosperity. A lot of other cities are predominantly civil service, and these civil service jobs are not so easy to come by anymore. The government is broke. Employment is now an exclusive reserve of top government officials. That's government employment. And another thing is, I think Nigerians do not also appreciate how closely knitted we are as a country. Currently in Lagos. I moved to Lagos in 2022, 2 years ago. I was in Jos, spent most of my life in Jos. And when I moved to Lagos, I realized that a lot of people around here are very desensitized to the terror and banditry in the north. Up until early in May, when the Owo massacre happened, and I saw how shocked people were, and it came as a shock to me. People's shock came as a shock to me because where I'm coming from, we witness this thing on a daily basis. Fast forward 2 years later, people complaining about inflation and trying to tie it to traders being unreasonable because they tied inflation to dollar. Dollar is stable to a large extent, but inflation is still on the rise. And I tell people around here that, see, this, what you're seeing now is not the effect of dollar. is the effect of the banditry that has been going on for quite some time now, and the other parts of this country have just played total ignorance to the plight of the people in the north. And farmers can no longer go to their farms, so production has reduced. Cost of transporting the items up or down to Lagos has gone up. So the point of it is that if we are not interested in what if a Tunde in Lagos is not interested in what a Mohammed up north is passing through, or a Mohammed in the north is not interested in what Tunde in Lagos is going through, we can never understand how these actions, these little actions, can contribute so much to impact our everyday life. So today you have workers that are supposed to be working in the factories tapping their phone in Lagos, youths in the north that are supposed to be in the farm tapping their phone. Tomorrow the price of Coca-Cola goes up because they are paying more for those factory workers because they are limited in supply, or the price of a tuber of yam goes up because there aren't enough farmers to increase production, and it becomes a problem. So I think if we start approaching this conversation this way and talking about the effect, not just the get rid. I understand, like you said, the problem of a third world country, or most third world country, is where your next meal comes from. So if this thing is going to guarantee me some money and I can feed myself for at least the next couple of days, I'll go into it. But that's not providing value. That's just a temporary fix to a problem that is going to linger for longer than when this fix is gone. Because if you're creating value, you know this is what you are doing, and if it's sustainable, you build on it. If it's not sustainable, you make some money out of it and move on to something even more sustainable. But this tapping thing is not a way to create value. It's
Gotcha.
not creating any value in any sense. And like I said, I understand why people are doing it just so they can get by, but we need to start having this conversation about the effects of our action, how
Gotcha,
it's
Jim. Gotcha, Jim. Yeah.
the location that is currently happening and affect someone who lives miles away.
All right,
Thank
Jim.
you. That's my final point.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I think we've hit that point and a lot of points, guys. So, 2 minute warning, guys. Let's take Mr. Leonard here. Mr. Leonard, what's on your mind? I mean, you're closing for us, Mr. Leonard. You may close for us or someone else. Please go ahead, sir. Leonard. Mr. Leonard. Sorry, Mr. Leonard NZD King. Go ahead. Real quick, sir.
Okay. All right. Good evening, Mr. Carlo. Okay. I'm speaking from Nigeria precisely. Okay. And I wanted to make some things straight, based on this tap swap of a thing. I'm a tapper. And I want to clarify some certain things, that we have been saying before, based on saying that most of the things that they are doing is not going to work out or is a rock pool. I have been in the space of Web3 for close to 8-7 years now. And let's take a practical example. I just want to use 5 minutes in order to narrate these things now. It's just like I'm a software developer, and in the process of making my app, or maybe developing my app, I have to consider two aspects before I'm going to production, whereby I have to, kind of either send it to maybe close friends or maybe send it to people who will be able to test this product for me, report some issues, maybe errors they have, maybe when using it. Let's use a website as an example, maybe a fintech company that is kind of in their application. Once they send this application to people, they'll tell them to run tests for us in order to check the background of the smoothness of the application. At the end of the day, they give their feedback. Now, those guys now who do this thing, they are called quality assurance testers. Now, in the process of doing this thing, they give the company a feedback, or the developers a feedback that, look, this is what you need to do, fix these things up, maybe patch this error or patch this bug. Now, coming to these crypto-related things, something like all these Telegram tappings now, they just came new. back 5 years ago, something like Pi, Bitcoin, let me not mention the rest of them. They have been there. These ones they are more tedious to mine, or they are more tedious to engage in. Now, what we are doing is in kind of structuring how their product is going to be before production. That's why you have people who are tapping. They are tapping, as they are tapping, they are making a progress, or they are recording some transactions for this project. That at the end of the day, they give a report to these devs.
Yeah, but I mean, when I say the technical things really are not important. The point is that the tapping thing, what does it actually do? I mean, I get it, even if it's, yeah, but it's tapping your phone. If it's so technical, why don't they? Why are the Americans not doing it? If it's so, or Japanese, why are they not doing it?
Okay. Let me come to this one, because I don't want to digress a bit. Okay, coming to this place now. In US, there are some. Let me just say that crypto is in kind of regulated, and kind of
It's not regulated.
In that area. I'm just saying, like, there are some. I don't know how they operate, but let's basically say that not most of them have that kind of time or luxury in order to participate in this thing, because that's one of the first things that has to do with these tapping stuff. Is someone who has the time and luxury to do it. I'm a software developer. I work remotely for some companies, but sometimes I have time in order to open my Telegram and do some technical stuff. Not because of I'm trying to get the money actually, but I am deep into helping the project to be successful. Like I said, if I was making a discussion somewhere here, just not to take much of our time, concerning Pi network, but let me not go big. I've been with the project for more than 5 years, and I understand the utility of what this project is going to be.
So I get to the can get to the point. Go ahead to round up if you don't mind.
Okay. My point is that the people who are tapping this thing, they are helping the project along the line. Then what they now get as a reward is when they make an airdrop, which is when they list, just like Notcoin. The people who are tapping it, we are helping these projects to build up their project. So at the end of the day, once they go to their TGE, they make an airdrop as a part of a token okay, guy, you helped me to develop this project. Let me give you a bit of a token. So this is what they basically do.
I mean, you've lost us. I mean, we're not IT people, so I mean, you've lost me. I'm not an IT guy. But the point we're making is to tap a phone, whatever it is a waste of time. That's why you don't see it in developed, productive economies. It's a waste of time. In Nigeria, we're earning money. How much is 3K in America? It's nothing. So it's worth it in Nigeria because it's a poor nation, very unproductive nation where time is cheap. That's why it's only in Nigeria and India that you're seeing this. You won't see this in Europe, India, Japan, Taiwan, even in Ghana, South Africa. It's not there. There's a reason why it's not there. Ramsey, take us home. Mr. Leonard, we gotta go, Mr. Leonard. Ramsey, take us home, please. You're going to be the last guy.
Okay.
Ramsey, take us home.
Yeah, thank you, sir. The thing I've listened, I don't really understand how tapping works. I agree with you that it's because it's a poor nation, and the time and the money makes sense to the people. But the thing is, people say, let's ban anything that helps the poor. Why do we ban everything that helps the poor?
Because to hurt them, it's the same reason why you ban your kids from taking sweets. Kids like sweets, it helps them, but it's bad for them. That's why you ban it.
Yeah, but our leaders are also taking a destructive, direction in looting our treasury without having any way. And people need to help themselves out to feed themselves and live their life. And the nation, if they think tapping is bad for the people, they also they need to know that looting the treasury in a destructive way is also bad for the nation. They need to focus on fixing and leave the people to have an avenue. I don't understand it, but I don't think we should ban anything that helps the poor people. Everything, because we see banning things that help poor people, banning Okada, banning this, banning KK. We are a nation of banning without creating.
All right, good point. Ramsey, I get your point.
So thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome. Hey guys, we've had an interesting conversation for the last 3 hours. We've been here for 3 hours talking about the tap craze, and the whole idea is this. New York Times was an article where they stated with facts and people have confirmed that Nigerians are wasting their productive time tapped on the phone. We've had pushback to say, yes, I'm being paid to tap, and that is true. Yes, when I get money for tapping, I invest in Nigeria. That is true. But the overall economy is suffering because the productivity that should have gone to other things are being deployed to tap a phone. It's very unproductive. That's why you've not seen this in any other economy that has productivity. This is a Nigerian issue. It's a regulatory issue. It's a poverty issue. It's also a government issue. The government has not created opportunities. That's why the population is tapping. I believe it shouldn't be allowed unbridled access. And on that point, guys, I think we should reform it, restrict it, or regulate it, but not allow it to just go on unchecked. That's our show for this week. I'll see you guys next Sunday, as usual, 7 p.m., where we're talking money, the economics, and finance. Do have a good time. Enjoy the rest of your week, and bye.